Hello, everybody.
We're live.
Hello.
Shoulder shimmy for the finale.
Finale time. My shoulders can't stop.
It's the finale. It's the finale.
It's the finale tonight. Welcome, everybody.
It's calling me. I gotta go.
Bringing this energy right into the beginning of the stream. Hello, everybody. Welcome to part 2, final part of the Shepherd Trials Arc 1 finale episode extravaganza, pageant competition challenge trial. Full title. That's the name.
All of it.
Every time you refer to this episode, you have to say the full name, or we will come for you.
Yes.
Part 2, the second bis. That is it. Yeah.
Sure.
Welcome, everybody. I am Antonio D'Amico, your DM. Say hello to my wonderful, wonderful players. Hello, players.
Hello, players.
Hello. Wait, do we
Hello,
say
players.
When we ever
I
said
said
hello,
hello.
players,
Hello.
you say hello.
GM.
Yes. Hello, GM.
Hello, and
Let's address the blue-wigged elephant in the room.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Wait a second.
There is someone among us is wearing cosplay. No.
Yeah, no, it's
And
me.
it's good.
I wanted
It's
to really
great.
go all out for the finale, so I wore my Zala cosplay.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
one post like this.
My cosplay is so it's very obscure. You wouldn't have heard of it, but I am in cosplay. And yeah, so today is the final episode of the first arc of the Shepherd Trials, which is a mouthful to say, but you understand what I mean because I trust you. So, how are we feeling, you guys?
We're feeling
nervous,
murderous.
I'll be honest.
And mysterious. And murder mysterious.
We
It's
are
gonna be
feeling
very
From a
much
source that Drac didn't sleep because he was thinking about the mystery.
Yeah,
all night.
I'm sleep deprived. I haven't stopped thinking about this mystery. Like, a man's life is on the line. I know it's fantasy, but it feels like a real man's life is on the line right now.
Yeah.
So we streamed yesterday.
It's Antonio's life.
That's right.
We execute him if we don't finish it.
If you don't solve it, I will commit seppuku. I will die on stream, and I think that's against TOS.
TOS. Yeah,
I think it's against
definitely.
TOS. So I will get our channel back.
In the game.
Yeah,
In the game.
in Minecraft, which means that the stakes have never been higher. So let's do a little bit of recap for the people that couldn't join us yesterday. As a little bit of a reminder, because yesterday was the day of Twitch, and we support the day of Twitch and the initiative. However, because of our current schedule and the fact that we have guests lined up, we had to stream yesterday. I realized that we, of course, encourage it, and we, of course, support those that support the initiative to stay one day of Twitch. If you were one of those people that could not or decided not to attend us yesterday, you have our VODs right now available, and on Friday, everything is uploaded to our YouTube channel. This episode today and the one yesterday. So you can catch up that way, but I'll recap for you real quick. It was a very intense episode where our players decided to go for a night at the circus. Little did they know, some of them truly did not expect it, which made me really funny.
I did.
It's like going to like a harvest festival in D&D and not knowing that it's gonna go wrong. It's like, oh yeah, about a fun, nice harvest festival. What could go wrong? Well, in this particular circus performance, their friend and innkeeper, Otto, who was extremely excited to attend to the circus, got picked in the audience to be part of the number. After being humiliated on stage, Otto was taken to the tent of Mr. Moon to dry off and get cleaned after the many pranks that were pulled on him during the little performance. Little did he know that he that day will become a murderer, or so it seems, when the piercing screams of Elodian, Mistress of Monkeys, could be heard resonating through the circus grounds as she found the body of Mr. Moon, the clown of the circus, dead and killed by Otto. So our dear heroes, our intrepid Squad E, saw fit to not believe this particular accounting of this particular version of events and has decided to clear Otto's name. They come back to the circus after speaking with Otto's husband, Omar, who has been clearly very distraught by the turn of events. They've come back to the circus and they've started investigating, thanks to the help of their shepherd leader, Ivo, who is absolutely not very pleased that they decided to try to investigate during the night and got caught. they found several items, and I would like for everybody, because of like for us and for the people watching, what did you guys find yesterday while you did your first, like the beginning of this investigation? I would like a little bit of a recounting of the events. Not all at
Okay,
once,
yeah.
please.
Yeah. Zala found that he immediately investigated the blood, which was left over from Mr. Moon, and found there was a mysterious brown fur amidst the blood, and it doesn't seem like it came from anyone who. It doesn't seem like it came from Mr. Moon. Mr. Moon was definitely pretty much all purple. It could potentially have been Otto's hair, but it's definitely had a texture of fur rather than hair, so that was interesting. So that's a piece of evidence we have that we're going to try and piece together, a piece of the puzzle.
Cool. Leon, what did you find?
And then Leon, with Joy's help, found two things actually. Scattered amongst these notes and a bit of a mess, there was this amulet that was replicating some kind of spell, or attempting to replicate a spell, that Leon wasn't quite sure what it was, but Zala then stepped in and recognized the runes as a spell being cast in the opposite direction, I think, especially because he found some material components that linked to that, and I think we finished that bit with Zala, well, Drac realizing that it might be polymorph related. And apart from that, Leon also found this big ledger tome on the top of this little wooden furniture here, that just detailed that wherever this circus went, they acquired assets, large sums of gold, as well as things like inns and taverns and, basically real estate.
They seem to have acquired in the ledger several places of business in many different towns. That's what has been detailed in the ledger. Fantastic. I think that is all, right?
I think so.
I think so.
Okay.
For now.
Yeah.
Brown fur, brown like fur, almost hair, almost like fur, almost like hair. Like in the blood, in the pool of blood of Mr. Moon. Amulets with a spell engraved backwards. Silk cocoons that seem to point at a spell that was identified by the group as polymorph. At least these cocoons tend to be used in polymorph, although these are like turned inside out. And a ledger detailing several transactions and several acquisitions of businesses in different towns. And after they found this, some wild conjecture happened among the group, and that's where we left off as they were about to leave Mr. Moon's tent and check out more of them. So, Squad E, what would you like to do?
Oh boy.
I would like to investigate that kind of staff thing. I think it's a staff by the desk.
Go ahead and make an
so
investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. I'm very glad I took proficiency in investigation.
Yep.
Quite helpful.
6.
You have the loudest mouse.
Yeah, I know. 11.
11. With an 11, you can tell that this is like basic arcane focus that has been discarded. It's no longer like an active arcane focus. The only thing that jumps to your mind as an artificer is that it seems to be from someone that generally like is almost like a magical crafter. You know what I mean? Like someone that it seems like they have like tuned, pimped my staff. Kind of the situation happening here. Like it seems like they've been like tinkering with it. So they're melding the mechanical and the magical.
Okay. I think he'd like just look that over and definitely think it's interesting because at least Mr. Moon didn't seem to strike him too much as someone who'd mix mechanics with magic. But I think he'd say it.
Make an insight check. No. Would that be insight? Make a flat intelligence check. So just like 20 plus your.
Okay. I'm good at that. I mean, I should be anyway. Um, so that's a 16.
Well, that's 16. Now that you're like looking back and actually trying to piece something together, you do realize that most of what happened during his act was a mix of practical effects with magic.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, like the buzzer.
When
Okay.
he had the buzzer. To us,
Yeah.
we understand that that's battery operated. Not in a fantasy world. That shock of electricity was magical in nature, but the object that gives off that like spark of electricity, that is mechanical. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yes.
Same with the jet of water. Same like he seems like it does incorporate that kind of like crafting, magical crafting thing into his act.
Okay, that's interesting. See, I think he's looking these over and he's kind of like murmuring to himself, the engraving in that amulet, what's going on with this stuff? It all looks a lot like, really similar to the infusions I do. Adding magic to mechanical and more physical things. And I guess that makes sense with what he was doing and like what the tricks he was pulling during the circus. And he sets the staff back down. I think I have an idea of what's going on. Do all of you have any theories?
Any game theories?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is that whatever is happening here, they might be trying to acquire Otto's business, but that's about it. About the murder, I don't have any clue. Do you?
Well, reverse polymorph, and there's fur in the blood. It makes me think that something wasn't right. So obviously, like, it just feels like Mr. Moon's alive. If we could find where he is, that would really, free our friend.
That's what I was thinking.
Can't have a murder if there's no dead man. That makes sense.
Also, I suppose we could. Do you think we could? I don't know, like see the body to make sure. I don't know.
I definitely would like to. My understanding of polymorph is usually that if it takes enough damage, you revert back to its original form.
Okay.
From what I'm seeing, it's clear that whoever was turned into, Mr. Moon, I suppose, was already dead or ended up dying. But Ivo at least, and the rest of the shepherds and the guards definitely would believe they brought out Mr. Moon's body, so it clearly didn't revert back.
Right.
So I don't know how to undo that. I'm still learning my magic, so I don't know how to undo. I can't quite undo spells just yet.
Yeah. Well, we've got a few pieces of information now, and I think that we just need to find more. There's other things that we just don't have answers to. For example, why he can't remember anything. And that has to do something with the performance, I assume. Something must have happened. And there was only like 4 points where he had contact with everyone there. Or I guess 5. So it's the trapeze, the shock, the water, the cake, and then when they brought him back, which is the last memory he had. So we have to figure out why he lost his memories and what happened after that point. So if we can find any evidence towards that, maybe the towel that they wiped him off with, maybe talk to the trapeze guy, and I don't know.
Oh, Elodia was the one that came out. That is her name, right? Elodia? Okay, cool, just making sure. Elodia was the one that came out of the tent screaming, murder. Maybe she saw or doesn't remember seeing something as well. There could be a correlation.
Or if she's
Also-
like in on a conspiracy, then
Exactly.
Nevia, you could detect thoughts and see if she cracks if we kind of mention something. It will probably upset them if we do say something like that, which, is not very fun or nice, but we could try.
The other thing I want to look for is the 3 monkeys. I want to see if they still have all three.
That's
So
a
if we're
good
talking
idea.
That's a good
about
point.
polymorph.
Or any like cages for other animals?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out one more thing, which is they seem to target Otto from the beginning of the show.
Hmm.
How did they know? They had to have prior contact, and if you recall correctly, Otto came earlier to buy the tickets, and he said he was the only person here.
Yeah.
Let's keep that in mind when, especially you, Nebia, when you're reading thoughts.
Got it.
Okay.
Let's
All right.
Let's
So where
move.
to first?
I do think we
Monkeys?
should update Ivo of what we've seen and
Oh
kind of figured out so far.
boy. Okay.
I think it
You
would just be
wanna-
nice to have someone. Ivo is
Yeah.
definitely right now doesn't think we're onto anything,
Anything.
but I
Yeah.
think if we at least show him the bits of evidence we put together and the idea we have at this point, maybe he'll be more interested in helping. I've only known Ivo for a bit, but he doesn't seem like the type of person who'd be okay with letting an innocent man die, especially after we've given some evidence that they might be innocent.
I have a question. On one side, it would be tampering with evidence, but the truth is, if this is a conspiracy and people see us come in here and see that we found this, they might make it disappear. Should someone go and call Ivo in here and we can show him the evidence?
Just as a
Yeah.
note, you know that there are guards around. They haven't sneaked on it. Like there are guards
Yeah.
around the circus grounds.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it should be.
I think we should show Ivo results. And I don't think we should be coming up with more reasons for us to be stopped, especially now that we're finally onto something.
Do you think we should gather more evidence first and try? Or
We
do you
have a
think we should
theory.
talk to him
Let's
first?
prove it.
okay.
Okay,
Wow, guys. Teamwork.
very well. You leave,
Isn't it nice for once?
you leave the tent. It's kind of blinding to come out of like the dark tent into the blinding sunlight of Gorgonolo. It takes a second to adjust, but you are once again in the circus grounds. The atmosphere is just as like heavy as you left it. Right next to Mr. Moontenth, there's another tent, and in the south there's a third one.
All right,
Should we? I
let's
think.
go.
Yeah, we should go to Elogia's tent first and see,
Mm-hmm.
just in case she is involved, she doesn't have a
Yeah.
chance to run.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Okay.
But also, we could be talking to an actual victim. So
Yeah.
let's,
Be kind.
it's not the time to go in, guns blazing, whatever a gun is.
Right.
I'll leave. I've actually been working on a contraption recently. I haven't thought of it. I was called it like a.
Are you telling me
rapid
Zala
fire
invented
projectile
guns?
launcher. A gun is actually a way better name for it. It's much less of a.
Yeah, you're
mouthful.
Yeah, bows are shooting. You enter the dark tent. The smell here is very particular. There is like, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but if you've ever tried to cover a horrible smell with like something like Febreze, so it's nice smell like laying on top of awful smell. It seems like the left side of this tent is filled with aromatic herbs, like dried herbs, to try to combat the horrible monkey stench of the right side of the tent. It's very neat. Like the left side is very neat, as neat as it can because it's literally laying on a prairie. But you see that someone has like taken the time to put a rug, that I like a bed, 2 bedside tables. It kind of like feels very weird to see this like whole like vibe on top of like grass and dirt. And on the right side, there is these huge crates of just romarin, a ton of aromatic herbs trying to combat the stench of monkey to the right of the tent.
There's
No one's here.
There's
I
no
mean,
one here.
apart from the monkeys.
And
One
would you
monkey?
look at that? 1 monkey?
2 monkey. 3 monkey where?
One of them are missing.
And that's all the investigating Nebula has done so far.
1 monkey, 2 monkey, 3 monkey, 4. Can I? I'm gonna try. At least, actually, no. I'm not gonna try calling over. But can I? From here, can I tell that the fur that I saw in the tent previously is definitely like monkey fur from the example, like the monkeys I see here?
Make an animal handling check.
Oh, boy.
Handling. Okay.
Send Cujo in. We got a man on the inside.
Kudo technically just thinks he's a monkey. He doesn't know he's actually a mechanical creation. That'd be awful. That'd be very weird for him to figure out.
Oh no.
Does Cujo know that he's supposed to be a monkey?
6.
No.
It's hair. You know.
Oh man.
It's hair. It sure is monkey hair.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't
still,
it just like all
theory
over
still
this
works.
place?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Isn't the hair all over this place? I can't imagine it's that neat of a monkey cage.
What do you
Can we
mean?
just grab some hair?
Yeah,
from
you can. I
around
guess.
there?
I don't know how much monkey shed, and I don't care to find out.
I bet we can open the door.
It seems
don't
to
know if
very
I
much
want
be
to.
locked. This is not like a
Oh,
free
okay.
roaming monkey situation. Thankfully for every single person involved.
But I mean, where's the third monkey? You know, who do we talk to
Yeah.
about that?
It does work with our theory that maybe the monkey was reverse polymorphed. It's really interesting they figured out reversing polymorph. I've never considered just reversing the runes for a spell. I might try that out. I wonder what like the reverse of a bag of holding would look like. I think it'd be more like a projectile thing. Instead of holding things, if we launch them.
I like
And then
that.
I think
Are we
Zara
making
starts
guns
going
again?
Focus.
sorry.
Focus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I do write it down in my journal just for later. But I also write. I also write
Focus.
that the third monkey's missing.
But where's Lydia?
Don't know.
Yeah. Lodia's not around. But I guess it's just a good chance to look around this room and see if we find anything.
Are you guys inspecting the monkeys? Are you inspecting the room? What are you doing?
I think Leon is definitely going towards the room part
Okay.
of it. See if there's anything there.
So
I'm-
you're like looking over the room trying to find something specific, or are you just looking like making cursory glance?
Looking for like journals, notes,
Okay.
suspicious signs of struggle.
You make an
anything out of
investigation
place.
check, Joy and Nibia.
I am considering detecting thoughts on monkey.
I don't know. It can't. It has to be a humanoid.
Yeah.
And monkeys
That's
are not.
weird.
Monkeys!
No.
They got the thumbs! Alright.
Listen, this is fantasy. So I'm going to talk to the monkeys and because I am Joy. And I'm
Okay.
going to say, "Hey little guy." And I'm going to like grab a piece of like old scone from my backpack. It's kind I mean it's not that old. It's like a little bit stale, right? And I say, "Hey, so how you doing, little guy?" And I kind of like look at my duck and I'm like, "Shh, it's okay." I stick my hand out and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And just want to see if he's.
Go ahead. And
Does he come over to me?
Go ahead
Okay.
and make an animal handling check.
I don't think
Oh,
I'm any
boy.
good at this, but let's.
You have a -1 in wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And on my hand of it, and on my hand of it, it is -1 because I'm so good at this.
Love the song. Love the
All
song.
right. Perfect.
13.
I'm gonna roll to see if it comes.
Okay.
You see as like the beady, soulless eye of the creature like look at you, and that awful like chittering, just like I don't know. He's not talking. He's just like making noises to be upsetting. You see as a like finger, like just like with his horrible like little deformed fingers starts to like mess with the floor, and then like does a little hop, and then 2 or 3, and comes towards you. And looks at you with a huge, like, with this, like, shows its bare teeth and like its its gums and snatches the scone away, and then runs back to the other side of the tent, eats it like as drool dribbles over his little paws as he's like eating the scone.
Does he look sad? Joy is trying to detect if he's sad.
Okay, we'll get insight.
Never change.
Get insight.
Okay,
I
will.
have a platform for my anti-monkey agenda.
It's so funny.
You know?
Terrible.
These rolls, man.
God.
You can't really read it. There's just like this animalistic rage. In my fantasy world, all monkeys are... I don't use alignments for anything but monkeys. Monkeys are chaotic evil. Nothing else has alignments other than monkeys, so you're not quite sure, with a 6, you're not quite sure if this beast can feel emotion other than like joy at destruction. So you're not getting a clear picture as to what this monkey is feeling, if it can feel at all.
I sit and ponder about if the monkey can feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, it's okay, little guy. I just walk over here and I like talk to my duck.
I love that when you're like stepping over and looking at the jail, your duck is in jail for duck crimes.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, it's just behind. It's a
serving time.
Get in there.
Sorry.
Nebia, what would you like to do?
So Elodia is a key witness. She's supposed to be the only person to have seen what is happening who's not literally the murderer or the victim.
Mm-hmm.
So she was the one who came across the body. Of course, the guards have to know where she is right now, right?
Is that a question for me?
No, it's a question for my team.
Okay.
Let's go find Elodia.
Yeah, give me a sec. I do want to see something, and I'm gonna go over to the last cage, and I want to investigate like the cage and see if there's any like clear signs of forced entry, anything like footprints, or anything on the other side.
Yeah,
Okay.
while you're doing that, I believe that I asked you for an investigation check, Leon, and we never go back to it.
16.
16. With a 16, you find nothing. Everything seems to be extremely tidy, nicely done. You know what I mean? There's nothing that particularly, especially nothing written. Like no.
Cool.
Oh my god.
Nice.
And that
Are
one.
you guys doing this on purpose?
Oh my
I
god.
wish.
With a 7, you don't detect any signs of forced entry at all.
Okay.
Hmm.
I didn't really notice anything odd. I was wondering if maybe there was someone forced their way into the cage and we could figure out who from that, but I don't know. I didn't see anything weird. So I guess we can just
Which
keep looking for
means
Elodia.
whoever got the monkey had the key, right? It had to be
I
Elodia.
mean, that makes sense.
Do you mean
Maybe? I didn't find
the
anything
monk-
out of place in her room.
Do you mean the monkey?
No, I didn't.
Zala, I felt physical pain from that, but I'm not a good enough role player to pretend that I'm amused, but just pretend that Zala was amused by that joke.
This is one of the veils, right? This happens off screen.
This is my veil.
Zella was amused.
My veil is for us to drop this joke.
Yes. Yes.
I like to imagine exactly what happened was what happened with us. Like 5 seconds was just silent.
Okay.
I'm just trying
Terrible.
I'm just trying to lift things up a little. Murder's
A
sad.
man's dead, Joy.
And-
A man's
No, I
dead.
know. You're right. It's totally inappropriate. I'm so sorry. You're right. Terrible pun joke.
Kim,
Shouldn't
there are
be
people
made.
that are
Joy
dying.
Joy coats with like toxic positivity.
Toxic positivity. But for real. Let's ask about Elodia and where she is. I mean, she's the only one I assume with keys to this monkey cage. She's the one who last saw what happened, saw the body. It feels like a weird gap in our knowledge.
Yeah. But I will also say that Mr. Moon would most likely have the key to it as well. It is his circus. He probably has a master key of some kind.
That's
And
true.
Mm.
I'm
Do
of
you
the
wanna
opinion
ask
that
him?
I
He's
mean,
dead.
it would be nice.
That's-
I'd love to, but I think that's like spell casting that I can't quite do yet. Yeah.
I think our best bet is like ask the
Nebula.
witness, then we'll move on to
Nebula,
asking the victim.
Joy grabs you by the shoulders and she says, "Can you talk to dead people?"
Not at my current level, no.
Okay.
At your current
That
or
would've
at
been
any.
crazy.
That is a cleric thing.
Yeah, I think that's a
Wow. Whoa.
Not today, sir.
Okay.
That would be
Whoa, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, maybe Nevia
Okay.
multi-classes into some weird, like, it takes some weird turns. Not now.
I am a storyteller, not that good of a storyteller.
Lord Bard using the magical secrets just to speak with death.
Magical Secrets, I believe it's just wizard.
I have a Ouija board. It's good, it's good.
Before we
You
go,
can- yeah.
before
No,
we go
just-
find Elodia, do we want to check out the other tent, Regina's tent? We might as well look through all the tents before we leave the premises, because I
That's fair.
assume Elodia's probably in the barracks.
Maybe Elodie's over there. Let's say hi.
Yeah.
Are there guards?
Yeah, it's full of
stands?
guards. Yeah.
Oh, well, just straight
But
up.
we got our
ask
free
one of the
pass.
guards. Yeah. Just signal to one of the guards. Is the people from the circus, are they in the barracks or?
Oh, the people of the circus are being kept in a specific inn.
In.
Oh.
They haven't
Okay.
committed any crime, so they are not kept in the barracks.
Do you know which
Uh-huh.
inn?
I am not at liberty to say.
Oh, okay.
That's
That
fair.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank
They
you.
are not to leave the city until the trial has concluded, which will be, I believe, this evening.
Okay.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's
It's the
true.
morning right now, so. Okay, thank you.
We should
Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
let's check the other tent.
Regina's tent.
We dash into the tent.
You enter Regina's tent, and this is the one that feels the most like the real space. You can tell this is a person that has like tried his hardest to make it feel more than what it actually is. You know what I mean? There's rugs, there is tables, there is a very nice bed. This seems like a person that has put a lot of thought and effort into making it feel like a real bedroom, but it's still a tent lying on top of a field. What is interesting is it is beautiful. It smells nice here. It does not have a horrible monkey smell, but it seems pretty messy. Like it seems like it's not messy in a forced conflict. Someone has attacked someone. More messy in the someone that doesn't really know how to keep it tidy. You know what I mean? Basically, you see like socks. You see clothing strewn about, and the kitchen area seems to be pretty messy.
I just fed my
I
duck
just-
a cookie.
Oh no.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
The duck, roll a constitution saving throw for the duck. I'm joking. The duck is
Oh no.
And that's one way to solve this murder mystery. But also,
Figure it out.
I'm thinking back to what Omar said when we visited the inn last night, and he had 3 people check in. So why I can only think of like all the other inns in the city were supposedly booked up because of the Shepherd's trial. That's how we ended up at the Roost. Who's got
Right.
free rooms right now, except for the Roost?
the
Oh
Roost.
boy.
So it was 3 people, but it's only 2. Regina and Elodia are the only 2 people, unless the third is Mr. Moon.
Mr. Moon.
Wait,
I think we're.
Did we see anyone else that
should-
worked here? It was definitely Elodia manned all of the stalls in the fairground.
Yes.
hmm.
So definitely just Elodia. And we
No.
just came, we're only,
And Mr. Moon was manning cakes. Alodia was manning Slimeamo, and Regina was manning the ducks.
yeah, that's it, sorry. Yeah,
So all 3 were manning the.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
I think we're on the
we only
wrong
saw
side of
really
Port
3
Gamella.
people working here.
But wait, before we get ahead of ourselves, obviously we would need to go to the inn to even check if that's true. We should look around here. I realized I fed Cosmo a cookie, and I also realized that maybe was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Is is Cosmo okay?
It seems fine.
Okay.
It just like
but maybe.
Why are you fattening up this duck?
Yeah, it's very foie gras kind of situation. As he opens his mouth, you see like crumbs over his like spooky little like pointy tongue.
Ducks,
they do have
mouths are
tongues.
creepy.
They are creepy.
And Nebia fears what she does not understand. Not getting like a good vibe from this duck.
Guys, there's cakes here. We were gonna try and check out the cakes and see if there's anything suspicious about them, right? Can anyone like detect magic or, I mean...
I can detect magic, but I don't... I can detect magic, but I can't do it many more times today. So I just want to be sure, do we definitely want to detect...
It's the finale. Do we want to burn these spell slots right now, right here?
Well, I feel like losing your memory is not that big of a deal. I could just try the cakes.
Detect magic is also a ritual, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's
it is.
perfect. Okay, yeah, I'll do that then. Yeah.
You sit down, you kneel, start placing arcane symbols. You put the cake in the middle. It takes 10 minutes. And I don't think that you're detecting magic on a specific.
All of the cakes.
Yeah, I know.
Because I think it's a 30. Is it an area?
Yeah, it's
Or-
like
It's an
no.
area.
For
Yeah.
which for 10 minutes you see everything.
Yeah, I see everything. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no need for investigation check. I will reveal this to you. You see as a glow seems to, like, as you blink, your eyes grow wider and there's like this faint glow emanating from them. And you track around the room and you do see something under the table.
I think, so when he casts Detect Magic, his eyes and Cujo's eyes light up, so they kind of like scan the room together. And I think Cujo's probably the one that notices this and like crawls under the table and pulls it out and just goes and just holds it up. It doesn't really say anything, just holds it up. And Zala hurries on over to see what it is.
The visual I
What's the
have
fine
is you
creature?
hold his tail like a metal detector. You go,
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah, if our dear operator can inspect the sack, that should have said that. Inspect the pouch. Inspect the pouch.
It's a small pouch of spell
Spell
components.
components.
Interesting.
What kind of spell components?
Make an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Who's good at that?
Yeah.
I'm
Zala,
okay.
do it.
Several of you can do it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna help Zala
not
because
the
I've
worst.
studied magic.
I have a +3.
You know help me? I have a +4.
That's
Yeah, go for it.
numbers away from.
No, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Go help Zala, yeah.
Okay, you help me, so it's help action. Okay. And it's 2.
Divide them into possible combinations and whatnot, you know.
17.
It's adding your 9 plus your 15 here.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, otherwise it would
No, it
be
didn't.
20 something.
It was
Yeah,
15
would've been
plus 2,
20.
so 17.
Oh, what is like the formula
It just
says
shows up.
9 plus.
Oh, the formula says it. Yeah.
It shows the-
It's
Yeah,
like-
but it doesn't. Yeah.
17.
I
With a
thought we were
17,
talking numbers.
you see that most of these. You start to look through these components, and you see incense, you see amber, you see. It's weird because someone more in touch with Leon. I'm gonna say this because of Leon's help. This is how you start to Leon. The first thing that comes to your mind as you're looking through the spell components is, "Oh, these are not spell components. These are components to make perfume." And then you realize that an immense amount of enchanting spells have similar components to the components made to make perfume.
Okay, that makes sense. So
So
I'd
what
probably be
is
like,
it?
this is a lot of herbs. I don't really use components for my spells. I usually have an arcane focus of some sort. It usually does the job.
Same. Very archaic. Using anyway. Doesn't matter for this situation.
Yeah. But it doesn't
I'm
look like...
Enchanting, you said.
confused.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I have some enchanting spells, you know? For example, remember when I did
Enchantment,
that...
not enchanting spells.
Enchanting.
I have some enchanting positively enchanting spells.
Enchanting.
If you
Indeed.
if you remember what I did to that elven druid in the Manticore, that was enchantment.
Yes. That makes sense. That actually kind of works with what I thought from the get-go. This is some kind of mind control, memory manipulation, a combination of both. So it definitely seems like they were all in on it.
Well, at
Should
least
we bring this
these
as
two.
proof?
Proof of what?
Can we prove it?
Can
Oh,
we?
no,
To
what?
find.
So okay, there's ingredients here that are for like enchantment, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So that means that here is what's maybe used to create an enchanted object of some kind, and now we just need to know what was enchanted or infused with this. And seeing as, you know, it's by the oven and there's cakes and pies and cookies. Oh God, I look back at my duck. Does it look okay?
It just like looks back at you. Nah, that's it.
Okay. Okay. And I say, do you think they're in the cakes? Or do you think maybe they only made one cake in specific?
Well, but maybe if they.
I mean, my
use
detect
these-
magic is still going off, right? Like, I think it lasts with an hour.
The
or
cakes
so,
that
maybe.
are currently sitting on the table are not magic. However, that's how you found the sack.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought. Okay. I think you might be okay, Joy. I don't see any enchantment magic on your
That's
the
good.
duck or the rest of the cakes here, but it is a good idea. It could have been put in.
Make an intelligence check, Alan, please, for me.
Okay.
I feel like this is another one of those moments where Antonio's like, please.
No.
It probably is.
No, y'all are doing great. Y'all are tying everything together. I just think that because it was another session, you might have forgotten a little word that was said. You will
Damn
forget
it,
that
my
word.
roll's so bad. 8.
Oh no.
Yeah,
It's been a long day for us.
you don't need it. You're doing great.
Okay.
I really do think we should
Right.
tell
So
Ivo our theories.
I also remember something.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that specifically Ivo said that they didn't detect any magic that was cast on him. I knew that was what you were thinking. So that doesn't mean that if it was an item of some kind with components for this, that's not a spell being cast, it's being used. This object's being used.
like a magical
Could it
item.
be-
Yes.
I stick my head
The
in
dagger.
the oven if it's not on. And
That's
I
not
look.
Blazing hot.
I try.
The oven has no like. You all I know that the oven is not glowing magically.
Joy,
let
what
me
you
hold
what you
Cosmo
doing?
while you do that.
I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm looking for if there's any like cake remnants inside the ovens.
Nebia, you
I mean,
hold
that-
Cosmo and you see the black beady little eyes look up at you, and just once again the beak opens back and just 1,000 yards there, but into your eyes, and for a second everything dims and you can just see the dog, and the dog sees you, and you've never felt so seen, and you cannot like lose focus of the rest of the conversation while this is happening.
This is how Nebula becomes a warlock, and the duck is a patron.
For me, I was originally eyeing the oven and this duck, so I'm just like, but now I know who's in control now. Okay.
Joy, I'm my eyes and Kuja's eyes are still detecting magic, and there's nothing going on in the ovens. I kind of think it might be. I mean, it probably isn't, but you're talking about an item. An item that was used was Mr. Moon's dagger. That could have been.
Dagger?
Was it a knife or dagger?
What?
Yeah, but that was the murder
you said-
weapon. And
Oh.
this
Yeah, the
was
murder weapon.
enchanting, so it's like I feel like he lost memory after the last trick before he left the tent. So I assume that it was used before he left the
Make
tent.
me an intelligence.
It's probably the
What would
cake
it
that
be?
he summoned.
Either
right?
intelligence
Wait.
or insight check. I'm trying to like what would be recounting, like remembering.
Yeah. I do remember that they summoned a cake.
Any
and-
one of you or two of you make either intelligence or wisdom check.
I want to make an intelligence check.
I would do intelligence.
I don't want to do
I
insight
don't know. I mean,
anymore.
but it's not his stream.
If you
It's-
I was responding to chat.
Yeah.
I rolled a 17
Okay, 17. What about
for
you?
intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
Thanks.
Oh, okay.
oh,
Aw.
With a 17, you would have rolled with intelligence. You try to like remember what Odo said, and especially what like how the act happened, and you remember the buzzer going on, and Odo like laughing like in good spirits. You remember the water, like water spout in his eyes, and Odo like still laughing, still like smiling. And you do remember that when the cake impacted against him, that's when he was described, and that's how you saw him become numb and
Yeah,
non-responsive.
I think you're onto something, Joy. I don't sense any magic going on left over in the oven, but I do think it was the cakes. They must have infused it. The cake that he summoned and threw in the face of Otto.
but we don't have a way to prove any of this, right? Because we just have the components and the theory.
Yeah,
If we
I
could
think-
get our hands into, I don't know, some remnants of the cake or something, but we searched the tent. There's nothing there.
let me check something. This is what I'm getting. Let me check something. Okay, I have one slot left. Okay, cool. Okay, so they said that three suspects were, well, not suspects, three people worked in the circus, were booked into the inn that we think is
No one
most
has said that.
likely the guy.
No, that's just what we assumed. We assumed
Okay.
that they're
Oh,
booked
yes,
into
yes,
our
yes,
inn.
Yes.
Yeah,
booked
yeah,
into
yeah.
our inn.
They were
I think,
just they're just
uh,
in a inn.
I think
Yeah.
Drax mentioning that Omar said I had to do 3 check-ins today or something.
But there
Yeah.
was never said those were the suspects of the thing.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just our assumption.
Yeah.
Let's get one more piece of this puzzle.
I think the only other piece left is going to the inn, right? And talking to the.
We definitely need
Workers.
to find Mr. Moon. If we think, I mean, okay, this looks extremely, extremely suspect. You know, it's just very suspicious, and I am just strongly leaning against, like, on Otto being innocent at this point. We're on the same page there, right?
Yeah, it's definitely starting to look like it.
Yeah, it is extremely suspicious. So why don't we try and maybe explain to Ivo what we found out so far? Or
So what have we found out so far?
okay, right, that's a good question.
I don't feel comfortable bringing just theories to him. I think we need to prove that we're onto something with something he can use.
Okay, let's recap then.
Yeah,
We enter the tent. Okay.
yeah.
They
Mr.
were
Moon's tent.
now-
There was.
In hindsight, they were weirdly focusing Otto, that we now assume is because of the inn. So they had that information prior. I do not know how. So that piece is missing still. And then the cake is when the attitude shifted. So some kind of enchantment happened there. And the enchantment, we assume, was to go to the backstage into Mr. Moon's tent and stab whatever was there. But what was there was not the original Mr. Moon, but instead a reverse polymorphed monkey that we know is missing. And that's it. Right? And then Alodia comes in, screams, in a fake way, or maybe it's real. We don't know if Alodia is in or not. And then the shepherds and Ivor and the guards arrive. That's it, right?
Yes, that's pretty much it. That one of the monkeys are missing, so most likely is the monkey. Omar, Nebia mentioned this. Omar did say that they let in 3 people into the inn. They had to greet them while Otto was away. It could be that, and the guard that you asked, Leon, said that the workers are at an inn, and it seems most likely that it is the Roost. Nowhere else is really available.
Right, and then
It's not interested in running the Roost without Otto. He told us that.
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah, I could tell you that you've been in the Roost. There's no one in the inn with you. Like, you know, the keys are on the thing. There's no one in the inn.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait. I think I know why the spell didn't revert. The spell wasn't cast. It was in an amulet, right? So if the body has an amulet, if you can take the amulet off, it will revert into the monkey.
so doesn't that mean we need to
Seriously?
we need to see the body? That does make
We
sense.
need
Yes.
to see the body. I think
Okay.
How just
I mean, I'm with it. I'm with this
Are they
idea.
are they gonna let us within a league of the body?
I don't know.
We can.
I've okay.
Well, okay. At this point, yeah. At this point,
yeah.
we have enough
Should we ask
evidence
Ivo?
to say that this is a possibility. And what's the harm in just checking the body for an amulet of some kind?
Maybe we can get Ivo to check for us. He's
Yeah.
he's the one who's got the clearance to do so.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't see why not. We will have to explain this to Ivor in the end, so I don't see why we can't come with him as well.
Yeah.
I definitely would like to see this for myself. Honestly, a mixture of, it would be nice to see us solve our first case, I suppose, but also I really would like to see how an amulet works for reverse polymorph, and I think it could be very useful, especially if it's more publicly available, depending on exactly how you want to use it. The thing we could, I'm gonna stop talking now.
Let's go check it out. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's talk to Ivo, because I think, guys, I think we've got this sorted out. I think this is.
Maybe.
I think we've cracked it,
Guys,
Leon. I think
do you
that
hear
is
that
really
rattling?
what happened.
Did you guys hear that? I knocked on the ball. It made a huge face on front. I was like, yeah.
I'm like connecting the string, connecting the dots.
One little second,
We
please.
go
I
up
am
to
serving
Ivo.
myself some water or something.
Ivor.
We make our way towards Ivo. Just like a gaggle of geese with one duck in hand. Screaming his name. You were early? Again?
Yeah.
You think that it is now mid-afternoon?
Okay.
Mid-afternoon. Okay.
No, sorry. Midday. It's 12 p.m.
Midday,
It's 12
okay.
p.m.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Ivo.
who wants to? We found
So
some
what-
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We found a lot of
Okay,
things.
let me tell you how this is going to work. This is me. We're going to do this in a very Phoenix Wright kind of way. You're going to walk Ivo through what you believe happened that night. He's going to ask questions. If you can't answer those questions, he's going to be harder to persuade at the end. Does that make
makes
sense?
Yeah, that makes
Mhm.
sense.
I like that. That's cool.
Okay. So, we went into Mr. Moon's tent and looked around a bit, and one of the things I noticed was an amulet with the engravings of.
Take me through it. Take me through them. Let's do it.
Ivo,
Like, recount the
story.
night. Yeah, like the night.
picture this.
Oh, the night.
1997.
The moon is high in the sky. There's a queue going from the bridge to the circus tents, okay?
We can skip to the murder.
There,
part.
okay, sorry.
I think what happened was when behind the scenes, probably most likely before Otto was led into the tent to the back after the show, a monkey, one of the monkeys used in the performance of Elodia, was turned to look like Mr. Moon, and that's most likely who was murdered and who you found in that tent. We think that some sort of enchantment spell was put on Otto from the way he spoke and not remembering anything past the.
I'm not following.
Okay.
What
Okay,
happened
okay.
that night?
Okay.
Tell me
Remember,
in the order.
I mean, we should talk
There
about
was-
before the night, right? That Otto talked about going to the circus very early to get tickets, and he was the only one that did. And that'll connect to the story later, but that's just an important note to make, that he came early.
So, Mr. So I can understand.
Yeah.
Mr. Antardal, that you know as Otto, came to the circus beforehand to purchase tickets.
Yes.
Alone.
Alone.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Okay. Were you going, Leon?
And then, on the night of the show, having met Otto already, and we theorize that they might know that he owns an inn. This is important. Remember this. The show starts. The monkey act goes, then the monkeys go backstage. Then the magical trapezist act goes, it finishes. And then, the silly trick with the clown. And everything is fine. Otto is laughing. Otto is taking
How
it
did
well.
the clown know he had to pull Otto?
That's what we think happened the night before. When he was alone, they must have known that this person that bought the tickets owned the inn. And that is the important part.
And we'll
Because of
get to that.
something that will tell you we found out. Because it's important for the circus to know that the person they're pulling from the audience owns a business, a tavern, or an inn. That is because we found a ledger saying that they've been acquiring properties like that and large amounts of gold in
So the
every single
circus
town they've
owns-
stopped.
The circus owns different properties. In
It's
the city?
important. In different cities.
Different cities.
And it's important to note that they didn't buy the inns, they acquired them. That is very important to note. That they weren't buying them, they acquired them and money afterwards. This isn't something that happened, all at once.
So
they
they
seem
selected
to have done it
Mr.
to.
Otto from the
Yes.
audience because he owns it in the city.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's correct.
Okay. Then what happened next? He comes into the stage.
Right. And from that point, the tricks start to happen, right? The water, the zapping, then the water. He seemed pretty in high spirits and having a part of the fun, And then the cake happened and he lost that look of, fun, and he just kind of became numb. And what we were able to find out through our investigation is that in the other tent, which tent is it again?
Which one are you looking at? Which one?
The one with the stoves.
Regina's.
It was Regina.
Regina's. In Regina's tent, there's ovens in there and cakes and cookies. But we also happened to find a pouch with magical components in it.
What kind of
The magical- The kind that you use for enchantment spells. Or enchantment components, I mean.
But everyone would have seen anyone cast a spell on Odo from the audience.
We think that these components were combined with the cake like a magical item. So that way no casting was taking place. It was just an object being used.
So how was that object used?
By
Why-
smashing it in his face.
So the cake was enchanted, and by
Yes.
smashing it on Odo's face, he became enchanted.
Yes.
And in that way,
I believe
that wouldn't
so.
show up as a spell being cast on Odo.
Mhm.
Yes, that's correct.
And that's when his memory went blank.
Exactly.
And from there,
He had a hard
we
time
all
recalling
resisted.
what happened after the show. What then the cake part happened at the end of the show? Is that correct?
It was the
Yes.
last
That's
thing.
correct. Yes, this is the last thing.
Okay. So, Mr. Odo, according to your theory, now enchanted, what happens?
And Zala, do you want to talk about the polymorph?
Yes, so most likely while this was all happening, or while he was being led backstage to get cleaned up, he did have cake all over him after all. It seems like a monkey, one of the monkeys from the previous act, had been reverse polymorphed into.
What is reverse?
So polymorph is a spell that changes most of the time changes humanoid like us into some kind of animal, some kind of creature, but
A
it's
beast.
not. It can't. A beast. Yes, exactly. It usually, and it can't do anything the other way around. It can't change a beast into humanoid, but a reverse polymorph would be able to do that, and they did that by engraving this amulet. We saw most likely a failed version of it in the tent, and engraved it backwards, so it would do the spell backwards from beast to humanoid rather than humanoid to beast. And we think that that is who you found, or rather Elogia found, dead in front of Otto. Otto was most likely led backstage into Mr. Moon's tent and was told, I suppose, to stab this creature that looks like Mr. Moon. And while he was in this enchanted state, he couldn't really say no.
But what was the creature was?
The creature was,
One of the monkeys in the circus.
yes.
Mhm.
Yes,
The one that's
they had
missing.
3 monkeys in the original act, but we just went to check, and there's only 2. One of the cages
also-
are empty.
It's also important to note that we did find brown fur in the blood in the tent.
Yes.
And the reason why we assume that this is a polymorph situation is because we found lots of evidence that is saying so. We found a red ruby, lots of red ruby amulets that had runes, and Zola kind of informed us. I'm not super good with arcane runes and stuff, but he described them as runes that you would use for reversing things. And then we found
The
cocoons.
runes that are written for a polymorph spell backwards, as you said. Are those
Yeah. Yep.
And
That's also the tent there is where we found the ledger as well, if you're interested.
yes. And Leon made a good point, because I was trying to figure out, from what I understand from any polymorph spell, if a person is harmed enough, they revert back to their original form. So you'd think that if, regardless if they have been turned into Mr. Moon, they revert back into the monkey. But if they have
Not
the amulet
if
on them,
the spell is being cast. The spell is being cast by an amulet and not by a person casting the spell.
exactly.
Okay. So, Mr. Odo went into the tent, got selected because of his inn, was selected to go up into the stage. The number happened until the cake, where he was enchanted. When he became enchanted, he was then led into Mr. Moon's tent, where Miss Helodia was ready with a monkey. That monkey was turned into Mr. Moon with a reverse polymorph amulet. Omar then was then instructed to kill said monkey that now looks like Mr. Moon. Helodia would then free Mr. Moon. Mr. Moon would leave, and Helodia would then scream for the Mr. Moon death. Is that
Yeah.
the theory that you're suggesting?
Yes, and it can
the
be
chances
proven
are
How can you prove
Miss.
by looking at the body and seeing if the amulet is still there.
Okay.
If we remove the amulet, it should undo the spell.
Okay. I need. Yeah.
This is very important. I just had a horrible thought. I hope I'm wrong. The inn is owned by 2 people, and Omar is alone with who we think is the people that orchestrated all of this. So I think someone should go and check.
Once again, there's no one there with you. They're not staying at the Roost. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay.
This is your DM telling you what I say is law.
Yeah. I I do think the chances are, if this is the ploy they've used in other cities, and this is how they've acquired all of these inns and taverns, Mr. Moon is still most likely still around, and if
In that
he
case,
is able
everyone
to,
is involved.
yes, it definitely looks like it.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, Mr. Moon is polymorph is a very hard spell to learn, even if you're doing it as a ritual. So the chances are he knows spells to disguise himself as anyone else until he moves on from this city. So
Okay.
he's definitely around as well.
Everyone did very well, so you are gonna make one of you is gonna make a persuasion check with advantage.
Yes,
I'll
that
go
would
for
be
it.
you, Leon.
I also do it.
I think I would be down for
Oh.
Navia to do it as well.
Yeah, up to you, but
You can have like
Exactly.
Navia do it, and then Leon give Bardic Inspiration.
Oh yes, I have to get out of
Yeah,
cinematic notes
that could
first.
be.
oh, you have to get it.
Yeah, that too.
We're not gonna talk numbers, so you do whatever. You decide. As a group, you
Do
decide.
you feel strongly?
I feel strongly that I should do it. Yes.
Okay, then by all means, start. I trust you, and we've
also
had
did
a long
convince her
day
very well.
behind us, and I cast Bardic Inspiration.
Go ahead and make a persuasion with advantage.
I like how Nebia's contribution to like this whole chat was just being like, "You got this, guys."
Listen, I counted 2 monkeys out of 3. I did my job.
That was great. It was perfect.
Okay,
I
okay.
am gonna add that inspiration just because. So 28. Okay.
No, look.
You see, as Ivo looks at you for 1 second after you recount the tale of that night's events, he looks at you for a second and he seems to have like a gaze that pierces through all of you, and you saw that anger that he had kind of like fade, and you could swear that a little smile creeps across his lips for 1 second, and 1 second only, vanishes. You see as he turns, and just one sign makes 2 of the guards come forward. Go to the tent, ask them what you need to retrieve from them. And then he motions 2 other guards to come forward. Says, go to the inn where we keep the circus people. And he gives you a nod. He starts to walk towards the city, turns around, gives you a nod, and then moves towards the city. The other guards instruct you to please come to the tent to help them find what the incriminating evidence that you have found on the circus members.
Yeah,
Guys, did we
so
solve it?
definitely lead them.
Oh my God.
Point everything out.
Oh my god. I'm okay. Nebia stopped sweating for the first time all day.
Fantastic. It seems like you have solved the murder, or maybe not quite murder, of Odo and Mr. Moon. I'm gonna let you know exactly how this evening concludes, and then we can go into more of what you guys do, right? You step into the tent with the rest of the guards. You collect the evidence that you've left for there. You collect the component pouch. You collect the different ledger. You collect the different spell components to create the reverse polymorph amulets, as well as all the failed reverse polymorph amulets. When you meet in the city back into the barracks, you are informed by Ivo himself that they have taken that amulet from Mr. Moon's corpse, revealing a monkey's corpse. Unfortunately, after revealing this and proving Odo's innocence, they went to release Odo and went to apprehend the now criminals that were trying to frame him for murder. And when they didn't, they found him missing. The inn that they were staying at only found a string of bed sheets, tied to a lamp in that same inn room, leading down into the city. It seems like they have gone away. And,
Wow.
Ah, they're still out there.
And
hate
as
that.
evening catches you, let's go back to Porcamello.
Crushed it,
Guys,
guys.
we
Can we just
did
get like
it.
a high five to the cameras, please? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Crushed it! Yeah.
We jump and this it pauses on us mid-air. The credits roll. It's great.
When you go into the city, like you've gone into the city, you're exchanging news with Ivo. Ivo informs you that they will be persecuting and trying to find the perpetrators of the crime. Not of murder, but of blackmail and of framing for murder. And as you leave, you are back into the streets of Porgamello, sunlight bathing the streets in this yellowish golden light. And you're back. You have solved the case.
Damn.
Snaps for us.
So Otto's free.
Out Street,
Yeah.
he's yeah. You are now in the east, like in the eastern barracks. Or Otto was in the western barracks, so he's not there with you. But you can go
Yeah.
meet him. Ivo informs you that he's been let go and his husband has retrieved him.
Okay.
Uh,
An important note when he tells us that, I say, oh, that's a relief. And, you know, considering everything, we did a really good thing. And I think that if someone was writing a story about us or like, I don't know, some sort of paper, like notes of our performances or anything like that, they would probably say, wow, these guys are really good and they did a really good job and I'm actually really proud of them. I think. Don't you think?
I don't own a newspaper. What? I'm not.
I think they're talking about the reports. I think I remember you mentioning you're writing a report on us. I think it would be great if you put like, is it like 5 out of 5
Like a
stars? I don't know
golden
how you.
star.
As your squad leader, it is my duty to inform of your doing. You have indeed stopped this. However, this does not erase the prior behaviors that you engaged in last night. And I'm supposed
Okay.
to report on that. And so I will.
Well,
Okay.
we're still awesome. And we are shepherds on... You know, we're gonna be shepherds. We're not shepherds right now,
we're not
but we are getting there. And it was shepherd behavior, you know? Shepherd, okay, maybe not all of it was shepherd behavior.
Yeah,
But
it was that's not shepherd behavior.
I mean, solving a case and freeing an innocent person before they are put to death, that is pretty much shepherd behavior. So I'd say that we're doing all right. Maybe we're not perfect, but we're learning. Okay?
Gives it a second of thought, looks down at the floor for 1 second. Yes, that part, and that part only was sort of shepherd.
I'll take it.
Now go.
Joy
I'll take
gives
a
him a
C.
hug.
I'll take a C plus.
Joy gives
Wait,
him
Joy?
a hug.
He just like takes 1 second.
Zara's
There,
gonna join
there.
in.
There.
Zara's gonna join in and make a group
I'm
hug.
not sad.
Zara's gonna make a group hug and like when he
Okay.
pushes Joy away,
And, like,
Zara kind of brings them back together
No,
again.
no, no. And then like he's like pushing Joy
Group hug,
away.
group hug, group hug.
Frees one hand, puts a hand on your forehead, like to stop you. Turn around.
Group hug, group hug.
You're dismissed.
Okay.
You've been dismissed. Dismissed.
Okay.
Oh wait. Out.
Okay.
Okay.
You'll
Yeah,
want a
I
hug
figured
from us
that's
one
from the
day. I know.
distance.
And when you do, our arms will be wide open.
Mhm.
No, maybe.
Whenever you're ready, we're ready.
It will take a minute. It will take a minute. I don't feel good. Anyway,
See you later, Ivo.
let's see.
Rave.
I think where to
Awesome.
now? I guess we should head over to the inn and see Otto and Omar and see how they're
Yes.
doing.
We should totally see them, and then we should go get drinks. We should get drinks, and we should celebrate this awesome, awesome day, you guys. I was like so sad before this, and now I'm just feeling so good. So we have to celebrate after this, okay?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
And as you enter the winter roost, you see lights in the hall. And that's where we're gonna go on a little break.
Nice.
All right. Yay, we did it!
Okay, you guys, we're gonna go on a little break now. I didn't think that this would be solved right before the break, so I think it's even a bit better, neater bow. But we can do something for the break. We can do our Discord conspiration. So now remember, if you head onto Discord, you will find a message by which one of you?
Probably me.
I will do it. I'll do it.
Okay, a message by Meg saying who deserves Discordic inspiration today. Discordic inspiration is basically like a bardic inspiration, but you, the viewers, give it to one of the players, or you could give it to me. You could give it to me, and you could give it to me, and I could use it for or against, whatever I feel like. I still have one.
Listen,
Yeah, you
Antonio,
still have one. You
you're
stole it
always
from
vouching for yourself. I feel like we should have a
I
chance to
am
say why we
absolutely
want
vouching
it.
for one. Yeah, absolutely vouching for myself. And you don't
Listen,
get it.
give it to Joy because I cosplay as her. I'm
I
over
mean,
that.
honestly,
Honestly,
I can't say I could
honestly,
not- I
I'm
couldn't argue
inspired.
against that.
I'm already
Yeah.
inspired looking at you.
You could give it
Let's do
for a cosplay, or you could give it to me, and I.
You can give it to Zyla because Zyla has a robot monkey, and everyone loves a robot monkey.
Anyway.
You know.
Whichever is your champion for the Discordic inspiration, you can give it to them. It doesn't mean probably like it doesn't have to mean it's your favorite. It just means like who needs it the most right now, who needs some milk right now, who needs help. Give that to that person. It can be the DM. It can be any of our players. You go on our Discord, you will see just like this emoji means Meg, this emoji means Joy, this emoji means Leon, this emoji means Sala, this emoji means Nebia, and this emoji means your dear, beautiful, amazing DM. Click on that last one, and that's how you participate. And at the end of our little break, we will know who gets our Discordic inspiration. I think
go.
that's it. We will see you in 10. Should we do 10 minutes or should we just do a normal hour? 10?
10 minutes.
10 minutes,
We'll
yeah.
see you in 10 minutes. So at like whatever time it is, add 10 minutes to that, and that's how time zones work. We love you. See you in 10 minutes. Bye 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 bye.
We're not on beat, and that's disappointing.
We're always
There's no rhythm to this.
You just gotta go. Let your shoulders
Yeah.
just have a
No,
good
but
time.
there isn't. Yeah. Just
We
I
let
told them
it go.
that I have to keep chiming until I
Stop.
count. I said hello, so I'm just gonna keep.
I refuse to continue.
Can't stop.
Hello,
I'm just
everybody.
telling
Where's that bard energy?
Welcome
Come on,
to
Nene.
our mess. We call a show. Tis I.
Bless
the
this
Frenchie
mess.
Fry. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Shepherd Trials. Did you miss us? We did miss us. Today, of all days, it is the time to check who got Bardic Inspiration. Drum roll, please. Joy got Bardic Inspiration by a huge
Hey.
He's surprised.
margin.
We are not surprised at all.
One is surprised.
It was a landslide. Joy won the Bardic Inspiration vote. Now Joy has a D8 to her disposal to do as she sees fit. Fantastic.
Yay!
As a reminder, Bardic
Use
Inspiration is
it
a thing we do in our little Discord
responsibly.
server. Exactly. It's not a little Discord server, it's a huge Discord server you should join. And we'll talk about that more at the end of today's session. But I just want to get back to it. I don't want to talk anymore. Let's go. So,
You, Antonio, don't want to talk anymore?
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to talk about something else. You find yourselves in the hall of the Roost. You've been here you've been here many times, and last night it never felt like it before. It was quiet, it was somber, and today the vibe is completely changed. You see, as you enter, two figures inside of the Roost. Two figures that you know well. Omar and Oda.
Anna, back again. With
They're
your
not receiving you
husband.
with how they received you after your first trial, with beautiful bakeries in the shape of Squad B. Today they're just holding each other's hands, and they look at you. And there's not much talking. There's just a smile, but a smile that tells you pretty much everything you need to know. Odo smiles at
We're
you,
glad.
and A moment passes, and he finds it hard to find the words, but he just looks at you and he says, "Thank you, thank you."
It's no
We're
problem.
shepherds, after all.
Yeah,
You know?
that's
Soon
right.
to be
Trying to be.
shepherds.
You are
Soon
to
to
me.
be.
Yeah. You're to me. Yeah. Yeah. I really thought I did it. I really thought I did it, and you didn't. You believed in me until the end, and I would not be here if it wasn't for you. So thank you very much.
Oh, that's very sweet. Wow.
You
How
see,
are you feeling?
for the first
What's
time you
happening
see,
to Zala? Sorry.
he's
excited.
so excited.
He's excited. What do you mean?
You haven't seen Omar
Uh,
smile until
Oh, I'm
today.
sorry. On my screen, it looked a little weird. Yeah,
Okay.
never mind.
You haven't seen Omar smile until today. He seems to be too preoccupied with looking at his husband to look at you. He manages to like steal a glance away to smile at you, and he kind of like composes himself. He seems a little bit caught off guard. It's almost like he didn't notice you there. And he says, thank you very much. I'm not good with the whole talking about feelings and stuff, but thanks. I do appreciate it. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I do. Thank you. I'm gonna go now, and he just moves and jumps into the kitchen to remove himself from this much too emotional atmosphere.
Otto, I'm so glad that you're out.
I'm glad too. I cannot believe that. I know it was just one night, and I'm just being a big baby. But it was not fun. It was a hard night. It was not fun. But,
Yeah.
well, your stay at the Roost is of course on me for the foreseeable future. I haven't said that in a very long time. But yeah, I cannot think of a better way to thank you. So, yes, this is your home now. There's no need to pay. And he looks at you, Nebby, and smiles.
I was planning to pay.
Oh, that is a
With-
nice thought. But there's no
Yeah.
need.
Oh,
I can only thank you. I don't know what else to do for you. If there is anything, please do let us know.
I feel like I can't even take the room payment, but
Well, I insist. And I haven't insisted on not getting paid in a long time, so do take it.
okay, if you insist.
I'm
But
not against
it does
thank
feel
you.
wrong. Oh, okay, cool. We're good.
Oh, you've got mail. And he produces
We have mail.
He produces a little letter signed with the wave insignia of the shepherds.
Okay.
Who takes it?
I grab it.
Okay.
I open it up.
Yes.
What does it say?
Inside, you find it's like a beautifully written letter, like handwritten letter, saying congratulations on your first win. You have been invited tomorrow at the Council Plaza for the announcement of the next trial. Please be there by 8 a.m.
8 a.m. That's early. Oh man, I wanted to drink tonight. Ugh,
Why is it always so early with these trials? I don't get it.
dang it.
Wait,
I really wanted
We
to
can
just
just
go
have-
crazy.
great.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Just like have a lot of fun. That's what I mean. Just like lots of fun.
We can still do
Okay.
that.
Well, you went to the
Another day?
circus last time. Wasn't that fun?
It was super. I mean, until it wasn't. You know, I just wanted to let loose and have a little fun after a really awesome, moment. But
Well,
I suppose we have to be a little responsible. So
we don't have to always act like shepherds and be responsible. I mean, it's just the trial announcements. We could go out the same. It's It's not the actual trial.
Yeah, but as shepherds, we should always be presentable in front of the people. We are their protectors and the future of the city.
Who
You know?
said anything about
And
not
no
being
one
presentable?
wants to be protected by a bunch of stick up their butt shepherds. You know, what are we, Marshall shepherds? Come on, let's do it.
Ha!
Maybe it does sound really fun, and that is very important to me. The fun part. Okay, we'll consider it. I mean, we'll definitely go to the bar. I don't know how many drinks we're gonna have. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, last time it
Let's
was
see how the night progresses. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yes, we can wing it. That's part of the fun, no?
you're right.
Not always
That
gotta
is
be notes
so much
and
fun.
plans.
You're right. Winging it is so much fun.
Mhm.
Where do you wish to go?
Well, we have
We
this
only got the one place, right?
letter.
Well, there are more inns in town.
We have our favorite dive bar.
You can definitely go to so whatever you wish.
I kind of want to go to the Merry Crow. It just the KOL was kind of nice. It's growing on me.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute.
That's so awesome. That makes me so
I'll be
happy.
honest, it was the worst experience of my life at first, but the second time it was
Okay.
tolerable. So I think if I drink it one more time, it would be okay. And
I
then
think
after that,
the more
I
you
think-
drink it, the more you like it. It's just kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to be how I feel about Port Gamello. Every passing day.
Fantastic.
Well, let's
Well.
go then.
Let's go.
Joy is just in the most chipper mood ever. Oh wait, she said she goes back to Otto really quick. I know the operator already left, but she goes back to Otto and says, "Otto, I have a favor to ask you. Actually, I will pay you money for this. Can you watch my duck? I feel like it's not safe to bring a duck on a drinking, like when you go drinking. You know?
Is this a forever
know.
sort of assignment, or is this
No, no, just for the night.
Okay, well,
You're
Cosmo is
checking
very
in your deck.
sweet.
Like the
Cosmo's
luggage.
very, very sweet.
actually, I don't think I'm the right person for this. Omar, dear, and he you see Omar I mean, you're looking at the kitchen, and by virtue of just your family, you're looking at a certain level, and you just look down to see a little head popping way lower than you would expect someone just popping their head from the
Mhm.
kitchen, just a little bit lower. The dwarf just leans over. She needs help with a little bird. So, and you see as Omar doesn't talk to you, just raises his hands and does beckons your duck. Takes it and he just looks at it and goes, and then just leaves towards the. Doesn't say anything, just leaves towards the garden.
But not for food though, okay? It's just for fun.
And no response, but Otto does look at you and says, that's why we're called the Roost. He's really good with birds. Really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Okay, cool.
Yeah, haven't you noticed all the wild birds that nest here?
Oh,
It's
you're
because-
right.
Yeah.
Aw, I love that.
Yeah.
Yay.
I don't. It's awful to clean.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
the things you do for
Oh.
love, I guess.
oh, that's so sweet. Okay, well, I'm gonna go party now.
Of course, it will be a
Thank you
copper
so
a
much.
day.
Okay, thank you.
Have
Bye.
a good day. Yes, of course, celebrate. Bye-bye.
So murder mystery is okay. That's okay to bring a duck to, a crime scene
Right,
with
okay.
evidence. And all of that's
Heated,
okay.
contaminated cookies.
Listen, she was
That's
sober
fine.
during that. She's not as responsible when she is drunk, and she knows that. She knows herself.
And in her defense, the murder had been committed. We knew that already, so it's fine. You were safe.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
This dog that is 1 or 2 weeks old at most. You just come into the tent to see this pool of blood.
He doesn't know what blood is. It's fine.
He
Listen, this
whack
duck is gonna
with
be
you.
This is an adventuring duck.
That's
you
how
know?
Cosmos got a taste for blood.
You heard it here first. Shepherd Charles Arc 2.
The creepy little duck mouth
Yeah.
with blood in it.
Nebula comes back with
still
one
on the
level
fence.
Warlock with the duck
I love
patron.
Cosmo. Cosmo for life.
I'm still on the fence of whether or not we should cook him. I don't know.
But you had a moment with Cosmo. You saw into his eyes.
Yeah, we saw the power within.
I was about to say, I don't know if it was a sweet moment. It was,
It was a moment.
Yeah.
If
It was
If you
something.
didn't
God,
end him now,
You
he
cannot
will be a
withstand the
danger.
power of duck.
Okay,
I
we
like it.
enter the familiar site of the Merry Crow. The regulars are always here. The regulars that are always here are here. It is a very
Kind of
jolly,
lovely, too.
nice atmosphere. It is much calmer for many of the taverns is that some of you are are more familiar with. It is not an upscale experience. It's a very you know what I mean. It's nice. It's chill. This is not like a rich person's tavern, but it's not a poor person's tavern either.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fantastic. You sit down
Would you
at a
say it's
table.
a normal tavern.
I would say it's a normal tavern.
Like it says up top. Yeah.
The normal tavern is the actual, you know.
It's actually called a normal tavern.
You see a figure, a portly man coming towards you. My favorite squad. What can I get you?
Oh, wait, favorite?
You're the one that comes most often. You've been in the city for a week, and I've seen you 3 times already. So yeah,
That's
you are my
right.
favorite.
That's
Well,
true.
been
you're
a long
our
week.
favorite
It is
tavern
cute.
owner.
I don't want to dwell on if that's a problem, but
I wouldn't dwell on that either.
yeah.
Let's get some drinks.
Yeah.
Kale ale all around.
Okay,
Oh,
Right?
actually, I would like to know what today's special is.
Today's special is apple liqueur.
I'll have that.
Oh, you have that? Okay, come. I have to get the barrel out. If you don't mind coming to the back of the tavern.
Yeah, sure.
You have to wait.
All right.
Zala.
Must be a vintage.
We're
Love
staying at
it.
this table
Special.
like,
Over.
it's definitely
Wow.
not normal.
Yeah, I'm like, we're all just watching him.
Is that what you guys are doing?
We're all just like,
Um,
what is this special
I
ale that you have to go get physically yourself?
yeah. Did
Zala.
you ditch us?
Yeah.
Sorry. That's wonderful. Zala, you see as Renard just motions you over to say, "Oh, could you mind helping me with the barrel? It's downstairs."
Yeah.
And he moves the barrel towards the little trapdoor.
And I wanna look around and then duck down and go into the trapdoor.
Trapdoor?
Trapdoor?
Excuse me?
What's happening?
Excuse me?
It's like a basement.
Operator, go follow that man.
Yes. come follow.
Yeah, watch too.
What is happening?
How long should we wait until we check what's happening?
Zala, you find yourself in a small room. It's a storage room. You've seen them 1,000 times. You see barrels. You see different items that anyone in any inn would need. And you see Renard. And he looks at you, and you see a shift in demeanor from a nice, jolly innkeeper to a much more determined look in his face. He means business, and he looks at you and says, "Are you holding up?"
I'm holding up. The shepherd trials so far have been pretty okay. The group I'm with is doing great. I'm sure you heard. Have you heard anything from back home?
Both of you have won the trial so far. It is the best possible outcome. You haven't interacted either.
No. Well, yes, but
Yes, and what?
no. We pretended we didn't know each other. So, and I don't think anyone caught on.
Not even your little group there?
No.
Good. I have news from upstairs. We don't have much time until your friends inevitably suspect something, so I'll make it quick. No troops have come since you left. None. And we've lost 2 villages since.
I don't understand why. It doesn't seem like they have a shortage of shepherds or fighters here.
Well, they're making more, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's where you come in. The only rules I've told them is to keep you in the know of what is happening upstairs. That's what's going to happen.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want me to tell them?
Are my parents okay?
They see them. No, your village was not touched yet.
Okay. Just let them know that we're on this. We're gonna figure something out. And worst case scenario, we'll come back as shepherds to help out.
You know that as a shepherd, you don't really get to decide.
I know, but
concentrate on
push for it.
finding out why. If you found out before the trial, tell me. You don't need to complete this. That's not your assignment.
Okay.
Help me carry out this barrel. And he just
Yeah.
picks up one random barrel and takes it upstairs.
Yeah, and he'll help out. Bring it up.
Oh, sorry, this is the wrong table.
Oop.
Go directly to you.
Okay.
Do you think there's some weird process around drinking this drink that you have to like help do it?
Well, there are some fancy taverns up north that they do like this thing called experience, that you have to actually make your own drink and you pay extra. It's a weird concept, but it takes some time.
The others.
You pay someone so that you can do your own drink? That doesn't
It's an
make sense.
experience, yes, that's what they call it.
The others, you do see Renard, the tavern keeper, and Zala come out with a big barrel of a specific liqueur that you can't help because it's a barrel, it's so big. You see as Renard hosts it, puts it back down, and like opens a little faucet and fills up a cup with this like golden kind of liquor and hands it to Zala, and comes back to you
Thank you.
your order. So 3 kale ales, big smile on his face. Here they are.
Lovely, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me know if you need anything else.
That barrel was a lot heavier than I expected.
I thought you wanted the ale. That's why we came here, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did.
You
Yesterday,
can't
I asked
taste-
about the special, and they said they're gonna have it today, and I'm assuming it's like a daily specific thing. So I thought it'd be a good chance to have it now. KO I can have that anytime.
You can have that
that's
after
it.
this drink.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna be like, all right, guys, everyone, cheers to us.
Cheers.
To Squad
Cheers.
E. And I start drinking my kale ale. But you guys, seriously, I don't know if we should drink that much because I think that like probably that would make us not feel very good tomorrow, you know? But like, what do you think?
Renard, another round. Another one.
Coming right up, and he brings you another round.
You were saying?
Okay, maybe one more then.
Nevia's not much of a drinker. She's more holding hers, just taking little sips, but very much enjoying this.
Oh,
Oh, we've lost Zala.
We've lost.
we lost Azala.
We'll keep going.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Look,
Okay.
his internet is
Mhm.
coming back, but
Hmm.
Keep going, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
but yes,
All right. It's fine.
it's fine,
We can
right?
just, Yeah, I mean, 2 rounds, 3 rounds. Who knows? It's same thing, huh?
Okay. Well,
I
You know,
like this side of you guys. This is nice.
and Joy kind of stands up and walks across over to you, Nebbia, and puts her hand on your shoulder, and she says, "Nebbia, I feel like I don't even know you. You know, like we have been through so much together. You literally saved all of our lives. If it wasn't for you, we would have been all seriously harmed and really hurt. And
you
saved
were.
us.
You were seriously harmed and really hurt.
Yes,
Like,
it
that
really
happened.
hurt. I know. It was crazy. But you
Yeah,
saved us.
you-
How does that make you
You
feel?
nearly died. How does that make you feel?
I have a lot of emotions. What are yours?
Honestly, I'm just happy, guys. You know, we figured this out, and this is the first time the whole trial that I felt like a shepherd. And we couldn't have done that without, all of us figuring this out together. When I saw Ivo today, I really felt like I was looking, at a shepherd, and it felt real in a way that it hadn't been this whole trial.
Yeah, honestly, I totally understand what you mean. I was feeling, after such a narrow win, I was so stressed, honestly. But no, I mean, I wasn't that stressed. I was like, actually, okay. I was fine. But what I mean is that
But
after a good
Joy,
win, after, it just feels really, really good.
But Joy, that's why it feels really good, because we weren't fine. That's okay. We made it through. It sucked for a minute, and it was scary as hell, but we figured it out. There's some pride in that part too, knowing that we messed up and we still figured it out.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. Cheers! One more round. That's it. We just have like one more round and probably call it. Unless you guys peer pressure Joy.
Okay.
I think I'm like braiding your hair as you're like turning into like a tire truck.
Yeah, exactly. As the things flow, as the green emerald liquid of the KL of Pergamello flows and flows at the table, and drinks are filled and emptied. Night comes, and what would you like to do?
Head back to our inn, probably a little buzzy, but nothing yeah, but nothing too intense, drinking responsibly, of course, and walking the streets at night.
We in these streets.
We in these streets, and probably head back to the Roost.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Would you guys like to have a conversation at the Roost, or is it just like, are you guys just gonna go to sleep?
Sorry, again? What time is it again? We're supposed to do something at
nighttime.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning is when we have to be around.
Yeah, I guess I'll join them on the Roost.
I just like do what I normally do. Take the ribbon out of my hair, sit on the bed, write a little bit, go to sleep like normal, unless anyone wants to chat.
Do you want to talk, Joy?
No, Joy's fine. Joy's really happy right now. She's probably gonna sleep really well.
That's good to hear.
It's probably probably the most genuinely happy she's been in a long time.
I mean,
You know,
Leon, we haven't.
I don't know if you
muted,
know
you're
this, but you've been extremely quiet, and I sometimes see your mouth moving.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Yeah.
I
I was like, is this a character choice
Yeah,
or a
exactly.
technical issue?
No, the bar was a character choice, but now it was a technical issue. No, I think as the lights dying down and everyone like slowly drifts to sleep, before everyone falls asleep, I think Leon just kind of chimes into no one's ears, I guess. Thinks probably you're asleep already, and just like, I'm glad we got put together. I think you make a good team. And then just rolls over.
As you say that to yourself, you hear, "Unless anyone wants to chat," from Joy's bed, and then as no one replies, just you hear a little okay, and then night takes. Zala goes to bed. Zala goes on flying in real life, which means goes to bed, and sleep takes you all. Who has drunk here the least amount? It's Zala.
Nebia.
Nebia.
Yeah.
Nebia has not drunk.
Or
at all?
Zala, technically. I barely touched my. I'm not
In
much
that
of a
case,
drinker.
Nebia.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm coming.
Nebia.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
It is I, Nebia.
Nebia,
Tis I, Nebia.
you wake up alone. Everyone else is still asleep. You hear loud snoring coming from your left, from Joy's bed. You hear louder
Yeah.
snoring coming from Leon's bed. You hear no snoring at all coming from Zala's bed. What do you do? It does seem like you have woken up, the others are still sleeping.
And do I know what time it is? How does fantasy time work?
What?
It's
What
not
is it?
time for us to book it, right? I said, how does fantasy time work? Is our
You
clock
would
on the
see
wall?
that your fantasy, you look up on your fantasy clock, and it is fantasy 6:30 a.m.
Fantasy 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, and 8 a.m.
Um,
is our thing.
Yeah, you. I don't even really put on my shoes yet. Just barely start to put back my hair into my usual bandana. I take a peek in Zala's room.
Zala
Everybody's
is
asleep.
there sleeping. We're gonna use
Yeah.
our. We're gonna use her imagination. He's there.
Yeah. No sweat. I'm actually gonna. I think I want to take a minute to myself before everybody waking everybody up.
Okay. What do you do taking that minute for yourself?
I want to. I kind of like in an obsessive sort of way. Like I'm going through my pack of things, my drums. I'm feeling a bit more anxious about the upcoming trial announcement. Nebia's never been much of a planner or a packer, but this is giving me a bit of comfort in this morning.
Good.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
You go through your pack. It reminds you of like right before a journey where Bakir told you to triple check and then quadruple check. So and you always gave him shit for it, and yet you find yourself here alone, triple checking and then quadruple checking on your own. And it gives you the ritual gives you a comfort, a specific type of comfort.
Yeah, that old man had a point. At least he's not here to see it. With that, I am gonna head over and I'm gonna wake up Joy first because I feel like Joy's armor is gonna take a minute.
How do you do
Rise
that?
and shine! Come on, let's
Okay,
go!
like
Let's
that.
go! Squad lead!
Wait. Yep. Yeah. Wait. Going. Yep. Sure.
Time to
Yes.
scream.
Woo! I'm awake. Yes. And I just like kind of get up. Whew. That's
5 more minutes.
oh,
Nope, we gotta go. We gotta
you're
roll.
right.
Please.
You're right. We gotta go. And
Mhm.
trial 2, you guys. It's gonna be. Whew, it's gonna be great. Right?
Nebia goes up to Leon's bed and I do I immediately like whip off the blanket. Be like, come on, Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
it's
go.
cold. Kind of crawls out of bed onto the floor, curls up for like 10 seconds, and then stands up. All right, fine. I'm up.
Mhm.
You hear the clinkety
Let's go.
clank.
Next time I'll come back with
her
a bucket.
armor.
Mm-hmm.
Getting fully armored up, suited up, ready to go.
And do the same thing to Zala. I try to wind up, figure out if there's an alarm setting for Cujo. There isn't.
Okay, so Zala shakes. Oh, by me! Oh, oh,
You are,
What
you
was
are
that
banned
noise?
from
Oh no! It was one thing when you did that to Joy. No, this is just too much. This.
No.
I am a master at accents. Specifically
Yep.
British ones. Yeah. Oh, by me! Oh. Oh no! Oh.
Right. Why is it up here in this octave?
Oh boy! Yeah. Oh,
It sounds like
Nicholas.
Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah.
You're in a Charles Dickinson
Yeah.
novel. Amazing.
Excuse me, sir. May I have some beans and toast? He says.
Worst nightmare.
Oh,
Stop
it's
it.
Tuesday, isn't it? Time for trial already. Oh.
We're turning off the stream. Thank you so much.
That's just how Zala sounds. I don't know why you're on that.
Jack is in the chat.
Oh, that's so stupid.
We should all just give our best impressions, you know?
Yeah, exactly. As Zala rushes past and demands beans and toast, because it is Bean Tuesday. Y'all find yourselves in the hall of the Roost. Omar seems very busy preparing you breakfast. Otto seems very busy preparing you breakfast as he brings it to your table. Omar seems very busy taking care of Cosmo.
I go up to Otto and I say, sorry, Omar. And I say, hey, how is Cosmo doing? How are you hanging with Cosmo?
Oh, the dog?
The duck.
Yeah. I named him Ducky. Ducky is Cosmo. He's doing great.
His name's Cosmo, but Ducky is a good nickname.
Yeah, because he's.
Do you want to hang
he's a
out with
duck.
him more, or do you want me to take him?
I mean, I can do. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not like I'll be happy. I don't care. I can take him if you want to. I'm not attached to it. So.
This is someone that's trying to hide their excitement about a duck. But, Joy doesn't know that. And she's like, are you sure? If it's not a bother.
Oh, no, it's fine.
I'll be back. I'm not going to leave without him forever.
Yeah, you're paying for it, so it's fine.
Okay.
Room and board for this duck, really?
It's
Must
one
be.
copper at night. It's fine.
It's not like we're playing our
Okay,
own.
I'll be back. Hi, Cosmo. I give Cosmo a little pat on his little duck head. A little pat.
Fantastic.
You
guys hang
have
out?
to quack. You have to quack for me.
Oh. And let's say and that's it.
Thank you.
Antonio weaves an amazing storyline and levels and NPCs for us. Quack for me.
Quack for me. My boss at me. Quack for me. So,
Do it.
in other news, if anyone has HR's email, let me know. Drop it in
Making
chat.
me quack.
Tag HR in chat.
Tag HR in chat for OSHA violations. You leave the Roost. It is now around, I would say, 7:30. Waking up, getting breakfast and everything,
Yeah.
7:30. You're early for once. Wow, I cannot believe. I thought that would be way more.
Hey,
Mhm.
we're doing good. We're shepherds, basically.
You're not shut.
Basically.
Confidence through the roof. I can't wait to fuck this up.
Yep.
What do you wish to do?
Gotta go do what
Uh,
shepherds do. And go to the council plaza.
Go to the council plaza.
Yeah, let's make it on over there.
You do.
Music.
You make your way towards the council plaza, and you are welcomed by an enormous crowd. You see, as the main way towards the stair that leads into the council has been left alone for you, like has been left free for you to walk. You see, as the other teams are standing at their tables, you recognize the different squad leaders, and you recognize specifically one of them, Ivan, at the empty table.
Let's go bother
Go
Ivo.
for it.
It's time to bother Ivo.
As you, well, you're early, and that's shocking. Congrats! I think it's the first time.
We
Hey.
had something to look forward to.
Yeah,
That's right.
I guess.
Not because of me, gotta be honest.
You're gonna make me yawn. Stop.
Oh, sorry.
You're giving me an umbrella.
See, we're matching. What a team. We're all on the same page. I can just feel the strategy, the planning, the coordination that we're going to pull out of our ass. It's going to be great.
Today will be Lady Marabella's trial announcement. We'll see how that goes. She tends to go easy. So we're hoping.
Okay, good.
Hmm?
I'm excited
Just
about
excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Around you do realize how little, like there's way less shepherds or squads than before. Exactly cut in half, of course. Some of them you recognize, some of them you don't. You, Joey, recognize one team that the others don't. Well, rather, the others have seen this team up on the screen fighting their own trial. You recognize Mateo's team and a team that you haven't talked to yet. Oh, wait. Nebbia, you do recognize the last team. It is the one that you stole information from, the one you were in the library.
Yeah, Blondie. I remember her. Okay.
Blondie.
Very nice. Yeah. I mean, they helped us out quite a bit. They don't know it, but they did.
Yeah.
Oh, our GM is
There it
frozen.
is.
Oh, wait, no, they're not frozen.
Oh, no, not
No, he's
frozen.
not. He's just very
you just very much look
He was
frozen.
determined.
Intensely staring.
Very nice.
Hey. Psst. Look,
Yes.
Yeah.
to our left, it's them.
Yeah.
Kind of points at the Veiled Sisters. Remember that?
Yeah,
Not too
yeah.
well. Jeez. Do you think we're gonna go up against them? Can we put it off?
They're actually very nice, and I look over at them, and I don't know if they are looking at us. They're probably not.
They seem to be
It's hard to tell behind the
intently
veil.
like the one that is looking up front is the leader. The others seem to be looking down.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I actually met them, and they were
Oh,
quite
really?
quite nice.
When?
Yeah. Oh, just the other day, just saw them out and about, out in a boot,
when we
just
split?
hanging out. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, just
Do you
saw
know
them
anything about
around.
them?
Oh, I didn't tell you. I actually met the shepherd that's gonna give us the trial today. That day when we split, she's really nice.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
lovely. Okay. Well, I mean, the one thing that did scare me about them, they're just like super not afraid of death, and also like super really coordinated. Like they seem very coordinated, and not that we're not. We're very coordinated, and there's room to improve. That's for sure.
Nah,
but
we're not.
They had, well, we try.
We're
It's fine.
going against a hive mind that isn't afraid of death. That's great.
It's not
That's
that they're not
good.
afraid of
Yeah.
death. It's just they are kind of like, it's almost like they're friends with death, you know? It's like, maybe not friends, but just like appreciate death on a level that the average person wouldn't. I kind of appreciate that.
I don't appreciate death, though.
Joy,
The way...
Joy, you feel a shiver,
Yeah.
and you instinctively turn around, and
Yeah.
you see as the leader of the squad that you're talking about is looking.
Look at me.
Mhm.
I go, hey. Hi. I wave. Hello.
Stop fraternizing with the enemy.
You see as the halfling that is with them, you see as the halfling also goes like this, and then the leader just looks at the halfling and goes,
Oh.
and the leader gives you a very sullen nod, and then looks at the other, the four of you. The rest of it, she doesn't know, and she gives you two a nod.
Mm-hmm.
You guys nod at them. They're very nice.
Sorry.
My voice
Double
is.
Yellow.
You need to mute yourself
That's it.
too.
Yeah.
That
There
apple
you go.
liqueur
Thank
was
you.
strong, huh?
Yeah, the apple liquor hit harder than I thought. When I get drunk, I start talking about beans and toast and stuff like. I'm sorry, I'm
We did
I'm
say
over my
that.
hangover.
Oh, if you go
Zala
up like
was from
4 octaves.
an area far away. Yeah. Really brought something out of you.
Really did.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm sorry. What's happening? I've been super this entire time.
You've come into the council plaza to await your next trial, and that has been it.
Okay.
The squad team of the veiled women have just nodded it, have just said hello. Not said. But
Zala waves just a mess, just a very excited wave back.
Of course he does.
They all give you nods,
Yeah,
and then
basically same as Joy.
you do hear another voice behind you saying, "Hello."
Who's calling
Hello?
us?
I don't believe we've met. I was just curious. I just wanted to say hi. As they say,
Hi.
Hi.
my name is Delphine Laval. Enchanté. Very nice to meet you. We are Squad B. I don't
Hi.
believe we've met yet, so I just
No,
thought I would say hello.
Yeah,
Did you
we're
say
Squad E.
Squad D or E?
We are Squad
No, we're
B.
Squad E.
Yeah,
so
we're
you're
Squad E,
Squad
Joy.
D.
We are Squad B.
B. You're Squad B. Right,
B
okay,
as
sorry.
in baby. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
B, yes. Squad B,
The
like Beatrice.
I'm sorry. You see, I feel like people are just messing that up all the time. The last
Yeah.
announcer messed it up
As
too.
she says, you would not believe, actually, during our trial, when we won, they said Squad E won. And I was like, oh no, it's Squad E, but Squad E is
No.
not competing against us. And then they said,
That's
no,
crazy.
we forgot to say it's Squad B. So that's when we won. It was very, very exciting.
Yeah, I think. Do
Wow.
you think it's a thing that they do just to
coincidence.
get a reaction out of us, rile us up, kind of
Oh, it's your
scare us?
I should hope they don't. That would be very
I
rude.
think it's just a mistake,
I do think they just.
I suppose.
Yeah, of course, it's a very exciting time for everybody.
B, D.
I'm Zana, by the way, and
Oh,
this
wow.
is Cujo.
Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Oh, Artificer, I take it.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Very fantastic. My family is a family of artificers.
Oh, I think you see he's about to say something.
Make
then
a
looks at
history
everyone else
check.
and goes, "Oh, history. Okay."
Ooh.
Nabia and Leon, make a history check.
Okie dokie.
Ooh,
Mr. Chad.
that's 23.
Wow.
One moment.
Okay, 23 from Zala.
Coming up for you.
Why don't you want Joy to do it?
19.
Plus what? Plus something, right?
I rolled a d20 plus 6, so for me it's a 19.
Oh, really? It just says 19 then.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. Think
I don't
did
see the
one
plus
five.
6. Okay.
Golf.
12.
Feel free to add
Leon,
+6. I'll take it.
yeah, Leon, you've heard the name Laval before. You don't know from where, but you've heard the name Laval before. It's in the tip of your tongue, but you're like, oh, what was it? I've heard this name. Nebia and Zala. Nebia, you know the Laval family to be an extremely influential noble family in Programmella. One of the highest, like one of the most influential noble families. And you, Zala, don't know the specific fact, but you know of the Laval company, an extremely well-known and like very highly regarded company of like cutting edge, what we would call electronics. You know what I mean? Like they make gadgets. For example, they were the first to make an oven. You know what I mean? Like they make gadgets, and they make a lot of like applied magic to everyday life. You know?
Okay. Laval. You know, you have the same name as a company.
Yes, it's
the
that.
Laval.
My.
Do you know anyone from there?
Yes, it's my family. My family owns my company.
No way. Okay. Okay. I'm a big fan of mainly the products. Honestly, the products they use and the applied magic they use is incredible. And I've actually been like pulling some bits of them apart just to see how they work. Is there any chance I could maybe meet some of you? I mean, are you artificer? Can I ask you some questions?
I am. Yes, of course.
Yes, I would love to trade notes. Maybe not now. I feel like this is probably not the great time to do
well,
that.
You've
but
met
eventually...
one of my creations. I've been very rude and I haven't said. This is the rest of my squad. This is my friend and maid Fernanda, and this is my friend and butler Eduardo. And she points to the tiefling woman with enormous, like very long horns, almost like a little bit too out of proportion for her head. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the man with luscious, like white locks, perfectly groomed, and that fall into this like cascade in front of his chest. And she says, "And this is Kettlepot. And I guess this is my Cujo."
No way. Can I look? I don't like people touching Cujo without permission, so I'm gonna ask.
I don't think we can leave a rank like files, but I can. And she goes over to Kettlepot, and you see as she like touches the chest piece of the armor and just like presses on it, and you see as the chest piece opens, you see a raging fire inside.
Is that cheating? That's gotta be cheating.
What do you mean?
So cool.
What brings what brings a Laval and a Stupod to the Shepherd Trials? Like what?
This is a very personal question. You see as she's like for the first time, she seems to be very like happy, very like content and comfortable in social conversation, and then you're like you very much sense that you've touched a nerve. This is well, noble families. One inherits, and the others have to make their own path, and I have to make my own path too. So why not?
Of course you do, and that's why you're here at the Shepherd Trials, right?
Yes,
to pave your own way. That's what we're all here for. And I put out my hand and I say, "I'm Joy. It's a pleasure to meet you."
You're not supposed to leave your rank. You're fine.
What?
You can't leave this rank.
Oh, I'm not supposed to leave my area?
You can't leave. We have to stay as the tables, but we can mime that I shake your hand. And she
okay.
Good.
It's lovely to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. I hope that this would do before at the real introduction. Anyway.
Yes, absolutely. And nice to meet you as well, Fernanda, and you. You said your butler? Does he have a name?
Yes, I said Eduardo.
Oh, Eduardo. Nice to meet you, Eduardo. Eduardo, sorry.
You see as Fernanda just gives you a courteous bow. Nebia, make me an insight check.
On it.
The whole time Zard is like just staring at Kettlepot, like you can tell that he's restraining himself from leaving the area because he wants to just like get his hands on Kettlepot and see how it works, but he's holding himself back.
No money, no.
Wait,
you don't know
can't
that.
be right.
Why not? It's a 3.
That can't be right.
That can't be right.
Just a bad roll.
I can't roll under.
I will, however.
Oh, it's so bad.
will-
So bad. I thought the platform was messing up.
I will give it to Nuno as well,
That's
the
me, that's
insight
on
check,
me.
because okay. I will give it to Nuno as well, the insight check.
Yeah, go for it.
Why not me?
Sure. Because I'm selecting the ones that will have the most social insight.
I know.
Fair enough.
I
Yep, that's
know.
Well, that's a 10. Not very good.
Oh, what do you know this time? Not much. I think that what you see
Good roll.
is you've been paying attention to the rest of the group, and you do see that as much as Delphine is smiling and kind and very courteous, the Fernandez particularly seems to have like a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. She seems to be very much like examining, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? She is courteous and cordial and very polite. You know what I mean? She's not being rude, but you can tell that if Delphine is as analytical as Fernanda is with you, she's hiding it better than them. You know?
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Leon's a bit taken aback by what Nebia said before, like what is a Laval doing trying to get into the Shepherds, because he kind of feels like, oh, is that how you feel? So he kind of misses the social cue.
Yeah.
Zala like reaches up to Cujo, because artificers have to have like an unspoken rule of like, if you show me your invention, I'll show you mine. So since Delphine showed how Kettlepot kind of works, he takes Cujo off his head and like opens up the chest to show the diamonds. It seems to have like a slight red tint to it, but a tiny diamond in the center of Cujo's chest that he uses to power it, and just says like, I use this diamond to power Cujo. I know we can't cross over, but like when this is over, do you want to like talk and exchange notes? Because I'd love to hear what goes through your mind.
When it's over, we will have to be. We will be able to be busy, I suppose. And she looks at the rest of the group. Looking for information on the next hire, but we can certainly exchange notes and see what everyone has found in their beats. I put Kettlepot out of an oven in the beginning when I was a little girl, and I've just been. He's been a work in progress ever since.
I can see, and it looks incredible. Okay, I'm just very excited. I didn't know I was talking to a Laval. I thought that was a coincidence that you had the same name, but okay, I'm gonna stop talking now.
And as you say, I'm gonna stop talking.
I'm gonna stop talking now. Do you say that out loud, or is that just like?
Yeah, he says it out loud.
Yeah.
Like,
I think at this point it is.
Yeah, that's just
It is a Zala thing.
beautifully Zala. Yeah.
As you say, I'm gonna stop talking now. You hear a trumpet that signals coming. You see as Ivo sharply turns, he was like half paying attention to the conversation. He turns sharply, and the rest of the crowd turns sharply to see the council doors open and 3 figures step out. The one in front you've seen before. You've seen all these 3 figures before, but the one in front you've seen in your first trial. It's Lieutenant Alfonso steps forward. A big smile on his lips you see as he extends one arm as a welcome. The second figure is Lady Mirabella, the Scholar Lieutenant. And behind them emerges the Marshal Lieutenant Sophia. You see as while Lady Mirabella sports a kind and calm smile on her face, and Alfonso smiles like that, it's just like shining 2 white teeth, like with teeth that are way too white. You see as Sophia is not smiling. As the 2 emerge forward, Sophia is in between them, and she steps in the middle and descends a couple of stairs more than the rest. You see as she touches the clasp that fastens her cape, and she says, "Citizens of Port Gamello, our second trial awaits the squads of aspiring shepherds. I, Sophia, Marshal Lieutenant Legionnaire Shepherd, have requested to be the judge of the second trial instead of the third." And you hear, at the mention of the change in judges and the change in order, you hear a murmur, and you see as Lieutenant Sophia directs her eyes into the crowd, and from the crowd to the squads, and from the squad to a specific person. And as she keeps talking, she says, while fixating on that person, a shepherd's role is not that of a celebrity. Being a shepherd is not about fame, nor is it about fortune. The title of shepherd is a duty to the people of Port Gamello. That's why my trial will be very practical in nature. Reports of a horrible beast attacking villages in the outskirts of our country have reached the council. A shepherd should be prepared to help those in need at a moment's notice. We cannot let the people of these towns suffer. Aspiring shepherds, your second trial is to put an end to what people call a night maiden. And as she says the words, night maiden, you feel a shift that just takes over the entire council building. You remember and you harken back to the first announcement of the trials. The first time that Alfonso said the words Royal Manticore, you heard cheers and the crowd expected for a fun fight. As the word Night Maven is uttered, you see as the crowd falls silent and then murmurs take over. You see as the different squads turn to each other. You see, I guess the most frightening thought is you see the squad leaders turn towards each other, questioning. You see as Ivo just turns even more stone-faced, and the only thing betraying is his muscles, betraying this sort of great tension as his jaw just falls. She takes a second for this ambience to set as she says, you have 3 days before the beginning of the trial. Report immediately to the barracks to learn what squad you'll be up against. That is all. And as the words that is all is uttered, her eyes fall back on one person specifically, once more. And then, as she lets that gaze linger, she turns around and descends up the stairs. The other 2 lieutenants give a courteous nod and disappear with her into the council building.
Could we tell who she was looking at?
Make an insight check.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to know too.
Go and make an
Can I
insight
roll?
check. Whoever wants to make an insight check.
I mean, mindset's not too bad. Oh,
My
boy.
insight is
That's an
bad.
11.
Okay.
That's a 5. I mean 4.
That's a 5.
Oh my god.
I think out of an 11,
Wow.
you know that it was around your direction. You're not sure if it was at someone in the crowd, someone in your team, someone in the team right next to you. It was around in your direction.
Around that area. Okay, so I think I'd look to the people. I'd look to the squad next to me and I'd like look them and see how they're reacting, if it's anything different to everyone else.
Yeah.
You see as they've more like, they were before like looking, they've more like gone in on themselves and they've huddled together a little bit more. You see as they're in a language that you can't understand, you see as they're exchanging words, they had this confidence, like very earned confidence to them. They've changed much of that moment. You see a through line of fear. You see as the squad leader comes forward and talks with them as well. Like they start to talk in the conversation. They don't seem to be paying attention to you at all.
Okay.
I
So I
start
think
kind of
Zala's
huddling.
has.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just think Zala will have his eyebrows furrowed a little bit as he's trying to figure out everything. 'Cause I think he doesn't even know what this night, was it Maven?
Night?
Maven. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know what that is either. So it's like combination of confusion of why everyone's reacting, and also just curiosity of who she was looking at. But when he sees he doesn't figure anything out, he will join our huddle.
Yeah, I was about to say, Joy brings her long arms around everyone and pulls them in and says, "You guys, I know nothing about this Night Maven I know that Ivo looked a little stressed during it. It kind of looked like the... Anyways, library, question mark? Library fast as possible, question mark? Or like, how are you guys feeling?
We have to get to
They
the
did-
barracks first to know the
Yeah.
team we're up against.
Oh, right,
Nevia's
right.
just
I
eyes glazed over, distracted.
don't like this
Nevia.
lieutenant.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about a Night Maven?
Nope. But the switch in trials does give me some concern.
Yeah, that was really weird. But it's okay. We're gonna have to do this trial anyway. It'll just be a different order, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure we're gonna crush it, you know? Like, I mean, we're gonna do better than we did last time. You know?
You see as one of the squad leaders from another team just leaves the table that she was standing for and goes up to Ivo. Ivo has been like, he just keep looking at the door that leads into the council. You see as this other leader just tugs on his sleeve, like that kind of like puts him out of his trance, and they start to speak hurriedly about just you're not quite there to hear it. They just keep like speaking hurriedly, like it just takes a couple of seconds. The other squad leader moves away.
Like, I kind of look back at Ivo as he is like our squad leader. I said, maybe we should ask Ivo what's going on. I mean, the tone definitely shifted, right? You guys.
Yes.
I
This is
mean,
definitely not
it is an
fun.
intense thing. The trials are nothing to joke around about, but it is unexpected. So maybe we should talk to Ivo. And I kind of look over at him and say, Ivo?
You see as he's just like looking intently at the council doors, as if he's like waiting for this to change or like something else to happen. And he just says, "This is not the kind of monster you're supposed to fight. This shouldn't happen like this. It's not supposed to happen in this order. You're not supposed not a second trial, that's for sure. Not enough third trial. This is madness. It's not supposed to go this way."
What do you
And then he
mean?
like kind of like takes what like is brought back to reality, saying like just looks at you for 1 second, and that kind of like brings it back to his actual purpose. He says, "Go to the barracks to learn who you're fighting against." He shoots a glance at other squad leaders. It's like, we have things to discuss. Go on with that.
Okay, are you okay?
Okay,
Oh,
but,
and then he walks away.
That was
Okay.
interesting.
Yes.
Did you notice that
Seems
the
tense.
shepherd up there? She was definitely looking at someone. And I couldn't figure out who. Was she looking? I thought she was looking at me for a second, but I think it didn't. I'm a little bit short. I think it went over my head or something. I don't know. So
I didn't really notice.
oh, okay. It was probably just
You think
yeah.
so?
I don't know. It might just be a thing where you kind of scan across the room to make sure everyone's engaged in the speech you're making.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, do you think that she thought we weren't engaged? I was totally watching.
I'll be honest, I wasn't. I was definitely looking at Catapult for a bit, but then when she started staring, that's kind of
Yeah.
brought my
No, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine, right? And
yeah.
then
I don't
look
know
at-
what this Night Maven is, but I think so.
Yeah.
I-
You guys,
don't-
what is this downer vibe that I have? We just finished an amazing feat together. We'll finish this too. We're gonna totally knock this out of the park. You know, we just have to go to the barracks. You know, go to the library, sort this out. You guys with me?
As
Yeah.
Nobody outranks the Marshal Shepherd. And nobody saw this coming. I don't know if we're supposed to win this.
Of course we are.
Don't like any of this. I don't like what she said. I don't like how she put it, and I don't like the reaction of anyone around us. So I have to agree with Nebia. Something is going on. I don't think we're supposed to make it.
Something is going on, guys. Because I know we're not supposed to make it.
What?
Because she told me.
Huh?
Because Shepherd Sophia is my mother.
Wait. What?
And as you say, as Nebia utters the words that she's been hiding for this child, we're gonna end there.
Oh
my.
I just got chills.
no.
I just got chills. Ah.
It's our first arc, everybody!
Oh my god. I am angry. I want to keep going. Can we just keep going forever? I am upset.
That's how you end an arc. The point of ending an arc is for people to suffer because they
my
want to see the
goodness.
rest.
I am suffering.
go.
Good job. Wow.
I don't know who was gonna do it. I don't know if it was gonna be me or you, Antonio.
Oh, I never take away from my players. I just give them on a platter, and I'm like, "You want to take it? You want to? No, okay."
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
Wow.
I knew it was someone's backstory, but I was like, should I lean towards it so I can like help encourage the situation where they reveal it, or should I leave it for them? I didn't know what to do, so I was like, let me roll for it.
At first I was like,
I was like,
she's
you know what?
talking about
You know what?
fame, looking in our direction. Shit, is it me? But no.
Uh-huh.
Joy was like,
Yeah,
it's another trial.
Yeah, Joy's like, it's easy.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
we're gonna do it.
12 hours next
fun,
time,
though.
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, that's good. Damn, we really did it. We did the first arc of the Shepherd Trials. All right.
Oh, snaps.
Completed.
That's for us.
First arc of the Shepherd Trials,
We're snapping, we're
shimmies
shimmying,
for us
we're doing
actually.
Oh,
That's
oh my gosh, I need
crazy.
this stressful music to change into something.
Yeah, I need that to
Okay,
Oh my God.
we'll move away from the
I'm like
stressful
wondering why my mood is still like weird.
How about this one? This is triumphant, right?
Yeah, I don't know. This is triumph for being done with the first arc of the Shepherd Trials. We'll be back. We'll be figuring out what the schedule is like. Next week is gonna be me actually as a GM with some really awesome guests. We'll be playing a couple different indie systems over the next few weeks with other people from the amazing, TTRPG community. I'll be running a game of Ryutama, followed by Monster of the week afterwards. Gonna be a blast, and we'll be sharing more about our guests and our, the games that we're playing very soon. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, I mean, we're still streaming, still in our regular time slot, Wednesdays, 30 EST. And you'll hear all about them through our Twitter, through our Discord.
Yes.
Antonio,
Yeah.
anything for us?
Thank you for watching the first arc of the Shepherd Trials.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, let's do a little post-mortem. Let's do a little, we have 15 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
how did we feel? How do we feel? It's,
I love it.
Stressed.
It was good. I think that murder mystery might have been my favorite non-combat or even really plot heavy thing, because obviously we could kind of continue to plot without the murder mystery. The murder mystery was a nice detour, and probably my favorite one I've done in any campaign I've done.
I'm so glad. Yeah, the murder mystery was supposed to be okay, let's do a weird adventure left field. Yeah. But then I was excited to get to this final part because this was the
It
one.
was really fun.
Yeah. Oh,
was
I love the big lore drop at the end.
No lore drop
I live
happened at all.
No, I
The
mean
backstory reveals, yeah.
backstory drop.
Backstory
Sorry,
drop,
backstory
yeah.
drop,
Yeah.
not lore drop. Backstory drop.
Mhm.
But we got
I
some
love
Everyone's
interesting.
backstory
Don't
has
let
come up at some point now.
yeah, as
Yeah.
dramatic as it was the final one. Don't let. There was another big one that came
I
right
know.
before. Don't
Yeah,
let that-
seriously.
Excuse me, Azala.
What is
Who are
happening
you?
there?
That's
Who
true. that's
even
true.
What
are
are you,
you?
a spy? Like, what?
Yeah, what is this?
What is this?
Your
You know
assignment,
what you
sir?
mean.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
too
yeah.
sweet for that. You're too sweet for.
Zala, if that's even your
For
real
that.
name. Who knows? It might not be.
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Wow.
honestly, for me, like, if we're talking about like highlights from this campaign, I just my mind always goes back to the ball. I really
It
enjoyed
was
our
so
ball.
good. Yeah.
And I just like never played in like such a mechanically clear, also like role playing sort of setting. It's so interesting. You know, this is my first D&D campaign. The first time as a player, as a streamer, all of it. I've never played D&D for more than like 2 sessions straight. So this was a learning experience.
To me, yeah, that was like a big one for me. And I was like, well, Arc One, we need to get some Sarah heavy backstory moments so she knows what it feels like when you're like following the character week after week, and then it happens. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I felt so stressed when you're like the eyes fall and you're like, oh fuck, it's happening.
when it's a big thing like that, I will never take that away. When you have a big reveal, a big secret, a big thing, never take it away from the player. Just offer it in a silver platter, being like, do you want to take it now? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, screw it. We don't know how soon we'll be returning to Shepherd Trials yet. Let me just. This is the best kind of ending note I can offer up as my point.
Yeah.
Really good. Really
Love that. Love that.
And same thing with Drag.
So good.
You know, Apple
Yeah.
Yeah,
Liqueur.
goddamn.
Apple Liqueur is your
Sit
choice
on
to
that.
take it or not.
Yeah.
So good.
Went for it.
Absolutely.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
You can go, for the dear viewers at home, you can go back in our VODs and you can see when they've gone to the Merry Crow, and you can see like Zala asking, what is the special today? And they said, oh, today's this, but next time I'll have apple liqueur.
Ah.
Mm.
Okay.
Wow. Just waiting for that code word.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
The special.
all right.
I
There are
love
some
it, I
other
love
things
it.
in there as well, but you know, you still need to learn that later. But
Yeah, there were things,
Interesting.
there were big things said in that talk.
Wow.
Wow. Man,
Interesting.
we're not ready for this. I'm so scared.
Yeah.
But we have to thank every single person that has watched any episode, all the episodes, some of the episodes.
Yeah.
You can really thank you so much. This has been, it is my first time streaming ever, so this has been, I've DM'd a bunch, a lot, but this has been the first time that I've shown this to like the people outside of the group, and everyone has been extremely kind. The reactions on Discord are a joy to read. Thank you so much for accompanying us through this little journey, Arc 1 of the Shepherd Trials. It's been amazing, and we want to thank you. Really, thank you so much. If anyone is in chat today and you haven't seen the rest, there are VODs on YouTube. You can check below. There are VODs here on Twitch if you prefer watching it this way with the chat and the craziness that ensues in the chat. Thank you so much for accompanying us through this journey. I hope that you stick around. As Sarah said, next week, we're starting out like a whole new brand of like adventures, playing complete different systems. We have incredible guests with us. I cannot wait for you to hear the names of the guests because they're very exciting. And thank you so much. An important thing is, if you like what you saw today, we're playing on our platform, the platform that we make with our own little digits, One More Multiverse, and we have a fantastic Discord. If this seems fun, and it is, it's fun. I don't have to say if. This was fun, and our platform is amazing. So if you want to see more of it, go ahead and join our Discord. We run games all the time. Our Discord runs games all the time. We have Wes March's games. We have an Avatar game. We have a Wes March's Monster of the Week, like fantasy-inspired game. We have games every single week. If you want to try the platform, or if you just want to have some fun, play some TTRPGs, anything, D&D or otherwise, go ahead and join our Discord. It's amazing. And with that,
Also, if you even want to play Import Gamello, that is all packaged up and ready to go with the maps, the templates, all of that stuff. Everything we're using is stuff that you can use too if you join our Discord and join our closed beta. And we'll be giving more information on our Discord as well. That's the best place to reach us and chat with us there.
Absolutely. Right. Thank you so much, everybody. We love you. It's our kiss. Get ready, everybody. We love you so much. Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah.